Welcome, adventurers. How are you? We are here in what we'll call Burnsville, North Carolina, Mountain Air Resort, in north and east of Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains of western North Carolina, and we are essentially where this backcountry fly-in series, the Bush League Backcountry Fly-In Series, was essentially born. More on that in just a few. I just want to kind of take a moment to show you this this gorgeous location here, the Mountain Air Resort in in like I said, in Burnsville, North Carolina. I just had some distracting things going on my right ear, um, but uh, but this is just a fantastically modeled scenery. That was a combination of a couple different very talented modelers that have put this together, and then there's of course the ubiquitous Bush League food truck over there. But yeah, this is just a beautiful place. I'm going to kind of leave this as the backdrop here while we introduce the event. We bring in the chat from the right ear here and say a few words. All right, hang on one second, guys. All right, everybody on?
Yeah, we're all set.
All right.
Go ahead.
So real quick, guys, a year ago when we first kind of came up with the idea to do this, DownwindSim and MelvinLeroy and AlSouthMIA had done a handful of flights, bush style flights, and I think you guys were concentrating. You guys had discovered the Prop Strike Studios Cessna 152, and I think you guys were messing around with some of the sceneries that Prop Strike Studios put out. You guys were messing around up in the what's it called, the Beckmel fishery area?
Mockmel fishery, yeah.
Yeah, and the Quadam River, and you guys had done a few of those, and I had kind of been looking in on those and looking at how fun
Yeah.
those look.
We had also been in Idaho quite a bit as well.
Yeah, you'd done a few of them, and I kind of lurked in and had kind of crashed a couple of the parties, and it's definitely a different style of flying than I had ever been used to, and looked like a lot of fun, and you guys were really enjoying yourselves. And so there was this one time when DownwindSim and AlSouthMIA and MelvinLeroy were up here at Mountain Mountain Air Airfield, doing pattern work, and I kind of just did on a whim. I just thought to surprise them and boot up the plane and kind of come in and do some patterns with them, and had been talking about how fun it had been to watch them do these flights. And at one point I said, it would be great just to kind of just turn this into a monthly event. You guys should put together an itinerary. I would love to. Well, I think it started with you guys should put together an itinerary. I would love to do a tour of some of those areas that you guys do these flights in. And I think after that it became, wow, this was a lot of fun. Let's turn it into a monthly event. And so I think that's basically where this Bush League Monday series came about. And of course, then the title kind of got materialized out of nowhere, and DownwindSim and MelvinLeroy put together, graphics and promotional logos for it, and it just kind of went insane from there. So that was a year ago. That was November of 2019 when this very first one happened, and that was the one that we did, the number one event, which was the Idaho event, the one outside of Boise, the North Fork River, if I recall correctly. And then it was so much fun. We were like, well, let's just all agree to set aside the first Monday of every month, so that way we'll always know when it's coming, and get a bunch of these guys together that love this kind of flying. So that's where it went from there. This is the 13th of these things, the first event of the second year of the series. So I can't believe it's been that long. It's been so much fun. We've made a lot of new friends, and it's been just a fantastic thing. So thank you all for continuing to participate and come out and do these things and give us the ideas, and just looking forward to year number 2. So with all that said, Mr. DownwindSim, take us away and let us know what we're doing tonight.
I'm kind of wiping a tear.
I know, man.
Aw.
No, it's been fun, and I remember it mostly like Slant Alpha told it. So
I know I got most of the key details sort of correct enough, I guess.
Yeah, correct enough. Yeah, and so the big thing in Melvin and I's idea was, hey, let's we do enough flying around with the GPS and RNAV and all that stuff, and let's just mess around and work on some different skills, pilotage, dead reckoning, that sort of thing, and let's just go out and see if we can find some of these places. So that was kind of the inspiration for all of these things. And of course, AlSouthMIA says he's crying in the chat too, Slant Alpha. So there you go. But anyway, it's like we say in the article, it's open to anybody who wants to participate. You can fly whatever you want. This flight simulation is many things to just as many people. So helicopters, GPS, charts, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it is fine with us. We're just glad that you're tagging along. All right, so let's get on with the details. So today, most of the information that I'm going to share with you is in the article at DownwindSim.com. We're starting at Mountain Air, 2 November Charlie 0. And there's scenery links and all of that stuff and ortho tiles. Hopefully you guys have done your homework with that. And this is also Melvin popped into each of these airport locations, and they do exist in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So you can do them there. You won't see exactly what the X-plane simmers are going to see, but the things do exist, so you can sort of participate in that regard. So we're going to start and end at Mountain Air. There are several airfields that we're going to visit in no particular order: Shiflet Field, Fox Haven Plantation, Brevard, Wheatfield, and Six Oaks. And again, all of the ICAO codes are all on that article. I'm not going to bother taking the time to list all those out. You guys can do the homework. You know how to do this. The one thing I want to point out is Asheville Regional, which we'll be flying close to, is a Class Charlie. So pay attention if you want to fly through that and call the appropriate VATSIM ATC to get permission to transition through that. If you need to, you don't necessarily need to go through that to get to all of these places, but you can if you want. Also, you can go to the airfields in there's no particular order. It's sort of set up to do a round robin. You can go clockwise, counterclockwise, or you can make some crazy geometric pattern out of the flight if you want to. The real weather for me seems to be pretty calm and pretty nice. I've just backed up the time to do it in the daytime. Most of these strips don't have lighting, so you won't be able to find them at night. And I think that's it. Pay attention to pattern altitude at Mountain Air. 5,700 is generally where you want to be on the pattern, and it's one of those optical illusions that it's real easy to be too low on the pattern. If you're landing runway 32, I think it is, like kind of toward the I don't know, if you're landing, one of the runways is marked, I think it's, I don't know which one it is now, but one of them is marked with a couple of white squares on the runway. And those are like distance markers essentially. So if you're landing in that direction, you pretty much want to be on the ground before that second distance marker comes up. Otherwise, in real life, the Mountain Air folks would recommend that you power up and go around. So that's sort of the plan with that. But again, okay, thank you. So just pay attention, make the traffic call so we don't run into each other. Any questions about the flight? And then I've got one more little announcement here. Crickets. Everybody's searching for their tissues. Okay. So most of you know we've kind of done a game within the game for the past few flights, and hopefully that's been kind of fun. I know some of you it's really frustrating, and Jeffrey and Slant Alpha, you guys are like the puzzle masters, and
I still hate your wife's friend.
And so I'll let her know. But tonight's puzzle
Yeah, you guys didn't hear
is just
anything
a
I
number
said.
guess, and I wrote up a little
So yeah, we got
description
some
about
interesting
what
ruts
it
in the
is
runway here by the
on
lake. So
the
we would have
article.
to.
And
We're gonna have to
actually,
pretty much
Josh had a couple
land
of questions
super
earlier
short.
this
Yeah, I don't know what
evening,
direction we're gonna
and
land
so
here,
I elaborated
but
on
we're
the
really only gonna
details.
be able to
But
use half the
essentially,
runway.
what we'd like you guys to do
I
is
don't know what
guess
the
the mileage
weather is.
on
Let's
the
see if I can
beloved
see
food
them.
truck that has joined us for a lot of these flights. So guess the amount of miles that the food truck has traveled from event to event.
280 at 428.
And there's some
So
very
we're gonna want to
specific
depart
things
3-2.
that I outlined in the article.
So we'll have to
before you
maybe
plunk in your guess,
roll it down to the end,
read
but then
that
we will have
paragraph
to
again, and then
just be airborne by the time we get to the lake there.
shoot me a message on Discord. Plunk in your guess.
That'll be interesting.
Slant, you got anything to say about that?
That there is a $25 gift card to the one that DownwindSim deems to be the closest, and that'll be a gift card to Winner's Choice of Amazon.com or Xplan.org store.
Okay, and MelvinLeroy knows the number since he couldn't participate tonight because he's getting new flooring in his basement, and he had to pack up the computer and move it to the kitchen table. And Mrs. Leroy wasn't too fond of the idea of him flying airplanes in the kitchen table, so he's lurking from afar. But I think that's it. So put in your guess. Josh already guessed. Josh, if you want to correct your guess or whatever, just let me know when you have your final guess in, like this is the one. And we would like to have your guesses in before the night is over. So make sure that your guesses are in before, let's say, midnight Eastern time, and then we'll tally them up tomorrow morning and let Slant Alpha know who guessed it. All right. Any other questions?
Not even found this check then. What's going on, man? Yeah, we tell you what.
That sounds good. Somebody check the weather, and whoever's
hit us up with some ideas.
Runway, and let's get out of here. Have fun. Enjoy. Thanks for coming by.
So anybody using Active Sky, it looks like it's saying the interpolated weather here is 280 at 4, so it seems like 3-2 would be our runway of choice.
Yeah, my windsock's showing right down 3-2.
That figures because I was parked there at the run-up ramp and came back here just in case.
All right, let's say it's 3-2, and all right, you guys have fun.
All right, guys. Yeah, not even found. Definitely, you're in our Discord, so hit us up with some ideas and of some strips we could fly to. We'd like to go to ones that that have some custom scenery modeled. So if you find some in your area that have been modeled, that would be fantastic. So just let us know. All right, cool. The other thing to let you guys know about is that we just started. Those of you who are either new to the stream, or if you didn't pop in with us last time,
man, we can make it work.
Didn't pop in with us last time. We started a new thing on the channel. It's a monthly drawing. So at the end of every month, we've just started accepting entries for the November. For the end of November drawing. If you've got those channel points that you've accumulated down at the bottom of the chat panel, you've now got some options for redeeming either 1,000 at a time or 5,000 at a time for raffle tickets into the monthly drawing. And again, it's kind of the same prize that we were just talking about for the guests of the food truck mileage. That we're sponsoring a $25 gift card for either Amazon.com or Xplan.org store, Winner's Choice, and all those entries will go into a literal fishbowl. It's gonna we're accepting entries all month. Not even found. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
accepting entries all month, and we'll make the drawing at the end of each month. So we're accepting entries all through November, and then we'll actually do the drawing on the first stream in December after we've reset the tickets.
Both will fit for
so,
sure.
All right, yeah. So you guys can check that out. If you get, like I said, 1,000 at a time will get you 1 ticket. 5,000 at a time gets you 5 plus 1 bonus ticket. So if you're redeeming 5,000, you're actually getting 6 entries. And Not Even Found has put in 12 of those, and Tiber's put in one of those. Exclamations are those. So at the bottom of the chat panel, that's how you put in the request for the tickets, and then exclamation point TIX is how you can check and see how many you have. Now, just keep in mind that the ones that you guys have just put in, Not Even Found in Tiber, I have to go ahead and make that conversion to the actual ticket. So you guys are not going to show tickets available until I've done that. But anybody that has put in requests for those tickets until now, exclamation point TIX will confirm how many are in the system for you. So we will get to those. Tiber, Not Even Found. We'll get those done. Anybody else that puts requests in, probably when we make our first stop tonight, we'll process any that are pending. So here is the order that I have chosen. And I went around and I took some notes about what these strips look like. I didn't fly it ahead of time, but I went to each of these strips and took some notes about what landmarks are around. So I have some hope of spotting these. Got our first leg is going to be this one here from Mountain Air out to Shiflet. And I think what we're going to end up doing, especially because we're departing 3-2, I think we're going to go straight out. We're going to try and pick up the power line and road here. That's north of the field, a couple miles north of the field. We're going to try and follow this U.S. highway east to this little town, which was called, I guess, Spruce Pine? Not sure. And then when we see that, we should be able to follow this road south, kind of around the northeast corner of this ridge, and then follow this highway south over the town of Marion, and well, actually right before the town of Marion is where we should find this Shiflet Airport, right on the edge of this little squiggly lake here. So 58, and yeah, so I took some notes. It's just to the east of a big school and a strip mall. And the road by the strip mall, if you follow that where it dead ends to the east, there's a small square lake ahead to the right, and the strip is dead ahead. So that's what we're going to look for, and the large water bodies are just beyond the field. So that's what we're going to look for there at Shiflet. So that is our plan for leg 1, and we shall get underway. Fordman with the ticket redemption too. Cool guys. We'll catch up on those. That should be a fun thing. I'm hoping to just make that a permanent thing, and the slant bot will kind of remind you guys periodically that is there, and just kind of make that a permanent monthly thing. Melvin and Leroy with the re-up on his subscription. Good that you could be here, Melvin Leroy. I'm sorry that you can't be flying with us tonight, but it should be a good one. Always a good one. Hope that you were able to hear some of our opening remarks, man. Just a little bit of how this thing came to be. All right, let us get the beacon and nav lights on here, and yeah, mixes in. Let's get the fuel pump up and running. Magnetos, clear the prop area, start her up. There we go. Alright, oil pressure comes up right away. That's this one over here. Oil temperature will start moving into the green. Fuel pump can come off. The avionics can come on. We're just going to be on 122.8. We will, at some point tonight, we will end up crossing over that class Charlie by the plan that I have in store. So we will be talking to Atlanta Center if they are still on by that time. That'll be later on in the flight, though. We can go flaps 1. We can set the trim. Trim is neutral, so that's good. I think everything else there is good. We just need to synchronize the directional gyro. We're pointed at a 050 right now, so we'll have to spin that around yonder way. And we're going to be departing on runway 32, which will spin this around yonder way. Okay, I think we're good, guys. I think that covers the pre-flight. Oh, we're going to set the altimeter, the field elevation here. I'm going to get my notes here. Field elevation here is 4,400 feet. So we do want to bump this up. 4432, actually. That must be a very high pressure day. So there's 44 and change. So it's got to be 30.30 something. Is that correct? Good gracious, what is where's my active sky? 30.29, so yeah, it's pretty darn close to that. Just go ahead and set it to 29, even though it's a few feet off. We also know that the strip is not exactly level, so the field elevation as measured in the center might not be what's here. Alright, parking brake is off. Taxi light is on. Let us out in there traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor radio check.
Sound clear.
Alright. Good to go. You guys heard that as well? Yes, I think you did. I think the radios have been a little bit quiet on the last couple streams, so I'm going to bump that volume up, but if it's too high at any point, do let me know. Love the opening remarks, said Melvin. Wish I could have been here to say thanks also. No, absolutely, man. No, I know that the water issue that you ran into on, down in your flight sim area was a pretty big deal. Of course, we had some house issues here at the Slant Alpha household as well, so I definitely know how that goes. And we're really going to have to make sure before we come out here onto the runway. Mountain Air traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor back taxi and runway 32 Mountain Air. Really got to make sure that there's nobody else using the runway. I don't see anybody. I do know we did see that we're going to hit some pretty big ruts here. First of all, I don't think I don't think I flexed those brake pedals on and off. I'm going to just cheat and use the overhead view just to avoid the ruts. I don't want to get stuck and break my plane here. Might still anyway.
Shipload traffic, Piper. Cub is inbound 5 miles to the west over flat field, right downwind for 28.
Yeah, so we are definitely going to want to treat this like a short field departure.
5 is to the west also. Inbound flat field flight downwind 28. Shipload.
Treat this like a short field departure and get off.
Air traffic radio check. Sound clear.
Off before those ruts.
Mountain Air traffic, helicopter 609 Kilo Bravo, departing present position from the parking area, eastbound VFR towards Shiplet, Mountain Air.
It's a mighty fast Super Cub today, Steve.
Yeah, this one has the 180 in it, so that's pretty sprightly.
Shiplet traffic, Echo 410, Cal Alpha 7.5 miles northwest of the field, inbound over flying.
Already at Shiflet. Mountain Air traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's departing runway 32 Mountain Air. Let's get off as quickly as we can, guys.
Mountain Air traffic, Delta number 341 Alpha will be backtracking runway 32 after the departing Skyhawk, Mountain Air.
Alright, hold on. Hold the brakes in. The engine up.
Mountain Air traffic, helicopter 609 Kilo
Lean
Bravo.
for power.
Departing the terminal area to the east, 4,500 last call, Mountain Air.
Alright, here we go. Ooh, right rudder. That's one way to avoid those ruts. Alright, airborne by the lake, which is what we wanted to be.
Shipload traffic, Piper Cub entering it right downwind for 28.
Alright, already good. Already just tearing it up tonight.
Mountain Air traffic, anybody on the runway or back taxiing? ET3 is about to backtrack 32.
Just 514 Delta Victor is clear. All we need is the cigar. Yeah. Yeah, we had some fun on that one already. All right.
Don't hit me with that wing now.
So
Just hope
straight
there's
out,
enough
3-2.
Inches, inches, inches.
And pick up these roads. Let's see, how far north are we going? So it's such a short initial leg that it didn't even register. So let's look for that. Boy, that
Shipment traffic, contact to cover midfield right down.
that altered voice is really distracting. Can tap the brakes here on the tires. I always forget to do
Yeah,
that.
just keep it on the center line, and I think you won't clip too many trees.
So I think this might be our road to join heading east.
Shipment traffic super, come right base.
That might be the town of Burnsville there. Okay, so I think this is going to be our U.S. highway heading east. And yeah, so there's the town of Burnsville, just a little up ahead to the left. Rob Valkyrie is here. Rob, if you want to redeem some of those alphabet points, it's the button at the bottom of the chat panel, the Twitch emote actions, or the Twitch right by the little serial A is where you want to click. Not JK has redeemed a ticket. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you checking in.
AC3 turned around down there.
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's a pretty small turnaround area.
Wing got stuck on the ridge.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's what happened.
Port volume is very loud. All right, we can back down.
I had Steve PHL put in the rubber trees on that side of the runway, so you just stay away from the hillside.
And that is
The rubber tree plant. I don't care what the ant says.
a lot of what you're hearing is the radio chatter.
609 Kilo Bravo, Bell 407.
Let me know if that makes it better, guys.
VFAR 5510, right helicopter pad in for runway 28, shipment.
I'm gonna get into the actual Discord settings. Narration's a bit quiet. Yeah, that unfortunately is as loud as it's gonna go. But I can drop the other. I can drop the other sounds if need be.
The tail almost slipped down the hill.
Yeah, it did.
Sounds good. Okay.
Douglas 341 Alpha, we're gonna try and depart from runway 32.
Okay. Yeah. Keep me posted, guys.
Hopefully we won't hit anything on the way up.
You might want to pop over to the stream on Northwest Orient. I'm not sure if he's streaming tonight, but if he is, twitch.tv/Northwest Orient. You might want to watch his departure.
Well, here goes nothing.
Are you streaming, Will?
No.
I've got a view on my stream slant that
Okay.
from the end of the runway.
Yeah, we kind of do want to see this.
Shipment traffic, quick, up taking 28, 1 up to 3.
All right. So is this?
He banked a little bit.
Super Cub departing 28, ship
He banked a little bit to avoid that big cliffside, but he got it off.
At some point there is a road that's going to catch us north to south that we're going to need to follow to head down.
As a precaution.
Head down toward. But it should be a fairly major road. It looks like, or it might be. It might turn into a major road further south. So we'll have to see. If we turn early, I think. Okay, I think I see where we are. We're a little slow, even for a Cessna. We're a little slow. All right, so I think we're in between these little ridges.
Mountain Air traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, back taxi, runway 32, Mountain Air.
So I think where we are is, so there's this ridge here and there's this ridge here, and I think we're kind of looking at this area in between. So I think we want to continue eastbound until we're over this town, and then kind of cut south. So I think that's what we're seeing here. This next ridge over, kind of just past this, and we should be headed right for a peak that's 4,320 or 4,260, maybe both. According to that, I'll bring that sky vector snippet back over here. So if we're headed straight for this peak and we see, you know, either this or this in the distance, I think we're good. So again, I think we're coming up on this town here, and then we'll be able to make the right and go down around the end of that ridge. I see a town there. I think we're good.
Alright, Mountain Air traffic. Skyhawk 740 Hotel Sierra, taking off runway 32, Mountain Air.
Co-pilot came in and started flopping all over the floor. Hi, baby. Furry co-pilot came in and started flopping all over the floor. Rob Valkyr, did you figure out how to redeem that ticket, man? The little alphabet cereal icon, right there, right down at the bottom of the chat panel on Twitch, is how you can redeem those tickets, man. You should have plenty of points. It should in fact tell you how many thousands of points you got. Okay, I didn't see a ticket request come through for you. That's why I'm asking. Wait, hold on. I didn't see one come through, but let me check the. Oh, nope. You're right. You did. I don't know why it didn't. Oh, okay. I do see it in the stream chat. You're good. You're good. I'm the idiot.
Helicopter 609 Kilo Bravo, turning base and final, runway 28 short approach, shiplet.
Now, those of you who have been around the stream a long time, yeah, we're going to do this drawing every month. That's my plan. So I don't know, if you want to redeem a handful of tickets for this one and then hold on to those points for the December drawing. I'm not sure how you want to play that, actually. I'll let you guys decide. Okay, so I think this is now going to be this southbound road coming out of what I presume is Spruce Pine. And ahead of us is a peak that's 3,720. And this road will kind of veer off to the right. And go more south and west. There might be an airport in Avery County, municipal airport over here to our west, and it might be over the ridge. once we get closer into Shiflet. Alright, this is what I said when I popped in there and I moved the camera around and just took notice of landmarks. I didn't want to completely cheat and fly this ahead of time, but I did want to kind of get a sense. There is a little town area down where Shiflet is. I guess it's Marion, North Carolina. There's a little town area down there, and there's this big school and a strip mall, and it's just to the east. And it's a runway 10 and 28, and it's 1,212 feet. So we will, as we make our way down to it, we do need to kind of continue a gradual descent, which we are pretty much doing. Got blown a little sideways all of a sudden there. Did you guys see that? We're getting blown a little left and right as we come through these little valleys, which is active sky doing its realistic thing. Yeah, this road kind of bends out to the right, which is what we want. We want to be kind of heading south and west. And the field is at the east end of kind of a little squiggly river thing, which might be that there. So we really might be coming up on it. Matter of fact, might be looking at it there. What does active sky say about the wind direction here? 340 essentially. So I guess we're going to want a 2.8. Did I say we got a 2.8 here? What did I say? We got a 2.8. Notes. Yeah, Shiflet. Shiflet's a 2.8, so we'll set the heading bug there. And if it's at 1,200 feet and we're at 3,200 feet, we need to probably drop another 1,000 feet right quick. And as we come south, there is a little lake off to the right where the T in Shiflet is, which might be this little lake we're seeing up ahead. So I do think we are very much in the right ballpark here, guys. As we come down the highway, it should be to our left. That is consistent with what we saw. I'll just need to figure out again where it is once I kind of come into this little town. Again, my notes said big school and strip mall and head east. That might be the strip mall. Of course, it's Ortho 4XP, so it's flat imagery. Unfortunately, flat imagery, but from above, I believe that is like a strip mall there. And where that road dead ends, basically straight off to the left, is going to be the runway. So since we're going to join a left downwind, we're going to land in the direction where the heading bug is. So we're going to join a left downwind. So let me. Oh, there it is.
Hey Steve, do you have that like almost like a line off to our like 10 to 11 o'clock?
Shiftlet traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's entering a left downwind runway 28 shiftlet.
No, I don't see any line.
I see a little line over that way.
Shiplet traffic, Douglas 341 Alpha is following closely behind. We'll also be entering a left downwind for runway 28 Shiplet. We'll be maintaining visual 7.
I'll keep the speed up as best I can, though.
Say again, Steve?
Super Cub is entering right downwind for 28 Fox.
So we'll head basically right toward that mound.
Fox even location.
Oh, Qualif's putting the landing rate prediction in already. You guys should start doing that. Just a number into the chat, positive or negative, and no bot command is needed. So we'll look for that bridge right there, and that'll be our cue that we're on final. So no bot command is needed. Positive or negative number into the chat. We'll assume that as your prediction of the vertical rate the moment the wheels touch.
Fox 7 traffic, helicopter 609 Kilo Bravo, 10 nautical miles north, VFR 3000, inbound to join the right downwind.
And there's no prize for that tonight. But 1 week from tonight, you will want to make sure that you are up on your predicting skills, because 1 week from tonight, we've got all kinds of prizes for landing rate predictions. So be ready. Yeah. You know it. So
Douglas 341 Alpha is turning downwind for runway 28 Shiplet.
Yeah, Shiflet traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's left base to final, runway 28 Shiflet.
Traffic, Cessna 548, Mike, taking 32.
Mike, up D.
Inbound there.
You can see that the electronic angle of attack meter is starting to register. I mean, I'm starting to get it down into that ideal angle of attack for a short field technique. I tend not to put it right on the envelope.
That's what I was wondering. I'm taking it all the way down to the hangar.
Who knocked the fence down?
Busted.
Steve.
Wasn't me this time.
He didn't even think twice about it.
It was Steve.
That's hooligan.
Alright, I'll
Alright.
fix it.
Had to come in high over that one tree there.
Shiplet traffic, Skyhawk 748 Hotel Sierra is entering a left downwind for the westbound runway, Shiplet.
Overdid it, as I always tend to do. Ah! Oh, man. Yeah, forget it. I botched that one completely. Botched that one completely. So triple your estimates, guys.
Left base of final, runway 28, Shiplet.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal. Let's get the ooh. Yeah, so Rob Valkyrie was talking about his ticket redemptions and wound up putting in the most accurate prediction for the landing rate. What was the actual number, guys? Like 383? Ridiculous. Yeah, terrible, terrible, terrible. First one of the night is always practice for the rest. Got the subscription from 99 Tango. Thanks so much for that, 99. Yeah, it explains the wavy runway. If that's going to be my landing technique, we're going to put a few more runs in it. Alright, well, that was not off to an auspicious beginning, guys. Let's spin around and see what we can see as far as 5 and 4 Delta Victor's clear, Shiflin.
Shiplet traffic, Skyhawk 740 Hotel Sierra, beam the numbers for 28 at Shiplet.
Alright, so we got Northwest Orient on short final. We got DownwindSim on left pattern over here somewhere. Yep, there he is. So we'll watch those two, and then we'll start planning our next one. We're going to 58 November Charlie, Foxhaven Plantation. That's a shame those spinning discs get that. Oh, we'll get a little bit of a bounce there. I don't feel so bad about mine now. Surprised. I'm surprised because Northwest Orient is usually very, very talented pilot. Oh, we got another one coming in behind us.
Pulled the nose up a little bit too early, I guess.
Yeah, that makes me feel a little better about mine. Look kind of the same.
Shiplet traffic at Hotel Sierra on final for 28 Shiplet.
Another one in the downwind for Shiflet. There's DownwindSim. Assume that's him. Yep, that is him. Alright, so the next one, guys, we'll watch DownwindSim's landing here once we get back. But the next one, we're going to pretty much stay down this highway to the south. We're going to make sure we pass Rutherford to the west. The airport will be to our left. And kind of stay in this open valley. So we come into Foxhaven. What were my notes on Foxhaven? Let me look. Coming south, you should spot a brown patch with 8 long buildings. Line up with those. Ahead on the left will be a large excavation project. Straight ahead, a white oval-shaped gravel patch. The field is just before the oval on the left. Another 10 and 2/8 at Foxhaven Plantation. So those were the notes I took earlier. So we will look for those big, long, white buildings. Field elevation there is 800 feet. We're at 1,200 now. We're at 800 at the next place. So we'll try not to get too much higher than like 2,500, 3,000 feet in the meantime. You're going to want to slow it down, Super Cub. You don't want to go super slow. DownwindSim making us look bad.
Just got the polish out tonight. Guess I should turn on my landing rate so we can compare numbers, huh?
No need on that one. You beat me.
Wheatfield traffic, Piper Cup is about 2 miles north. We'll be entering a right downwind midfield.
Yeah, so that's kind of the same thing I did. Came right over top of that tree and then tried to slough off all that altitude at once. And I did not manage that at all well. And of course that's a Cub, so that Cub is coming in at like 5 miles an hour, 5 knots. Being rendered as this very same Cessna Skyhawk. Yeah, I know. Like, I can taxi faster than that plane is going right now.
Kilo Bravo, Bell 407, 5 nautical miles north, VFR 1,500 and 1045 right downwind, runway 26.
But it looked nice. Little sideways on the rollout, but looked nice otherwise. Certainly looked much nicer than mine.
Shiplet traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, on a left downwind for runway 28 Shiplet.
Who was it? Sounded like maybe AlSouth there. Somebody was coming in real quiet. It sounded like maybe AlSouthMIA. And then I don't know who was who just called in the left downwind. I'll see if there's a way for me to taxi toward the end of the runway, but still wait out of the way.
Green wheat there. This feels really hard to spot.
Agreed. It actually looks like a sprayable field.
That is a sprayable field.
Retail traffic, helicopter 69 Kilo Bravo, John, joining the right downwind, runway 26. Proceeding traffic in sight. Shiplet traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, turning base, runway 28 Shiplet.
It's a tight one here.
Shiplet traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, turning final, runway 28 Shiplet.
Don't see him. Shiflet Cessna 514 Delta Victor's taxiing out runway 28 for BFR southbound departure. We're taxiing clear of 28 for the arrival. Shiflet.
Have you in sight, thank you. This is November 20 Bravo Charlie on final.
Well, there's a label up there. Oh, okay. Yeah, there he comes into view. Is there someone behind him? No, just a spot on the windshield. Alright, well, like I said, the first landing is just practice to the rest. Hopefully we'll set a little bit better example the rest of the night. Shiflet Cessna 514 Delta Victor lining up runway 28 behind the arriving traffic. Shiflet.
Yes, I'm gonna order Schweizer and spray it some.
Did he get clear?
The rotor isn't moving on that chopper.
Same. It's like it's a suspended animation.
It is for me.
November 280 Bravo Charlie, clear of the runway 28 Shiplet.
Shiflet Cessna 514 Delta Victor departing 28. Well, at least we're able to keep the alignment a little bit better on takeoff this time than last time. Oh, we didn't use flaps either on that one.
Northwest, you were next in line, I think.
Shiflet traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor, clear 28 Shiflet. Alright, let's get on to a right crosswind.
Shiflet traffic, Douglas 41 Alpha, we'll be back tracking runway 28 Shiflet.
Wait a minute. We're going south. We want to go left crosswind. Duh. I'm looking at it going, I should be over lakes here. And then I'm like, no, we're departing west. Okay, so we should end up kind of back over that highway. And we can follow that highway to the south, but we kind of want to stay... The highway's going to veer off to our left up ahead. Lean for a little bit of power here. Highway's going to lean off to our left just ahead, and this... Okay, so my sky vector says that the direct path is a 193 for 23 miles.
So
So
is on the pre-taxi at Shiflet. We'll hold short of the runway before the tree trimmer gets off. He
So
might
we'll
be
climb.
crippled a little bit after he ran the side of the wing into that hillside.
Climb up to about 3,000. Not too much higher.
We'll see what happens.
And we do want to
But she can take a beating, so I have faith.
stay kind of to the east, or I'm sorry, to the west of the highway. And we're going to look for those long white buildings up ahead. So we might have to zigzag a little bit.
Shipment traffic, Douglas, November 341 Alpha is taking off runway 28. We'll be making a left crosswind departure to the south. Good point.
We departed at pretty much 9 o'clock, and we're going 28 miles. So 15 minutes or so. That should afford us a little bit of time. I can maybe catch up with some of those ticket redemptions. Let me see if I can do that. Not even found gets 12 of them. All right. Tiber gets 2.
Shiflet traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra, back taxi 28. Shiflet.
Kind of try and keep track of where I am. That would be paramount. Okay, looks like we're just south of the town there, where there's across the highway one. Is it I-40 or US 40? I-40, I guess, that comes across right to left. So we've still got a little ways. We do want to kind of veer off to the right a little bit. There's a high point here that we can maybe, scooch just to the right of. I think if we kind of stay in this general direction and kind of follow this little valley down, I think we're good. And we keep looking for those big, long, white buildings, 8 of them in a row. Alright, let's see, who else? Who else do we owe? This little Twitch redemption system actually works pretty well. So Tiber gets 2.
Shiflet traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra, departing runway 28, Shiflet.
Right. That one's done. Fordman gets 6. Those of you lurking who want some details on that giveaway, by the way, exclamation point giveaway will give you the details. It's going to be a drawing at the end of November, so you got plenty of time to get your entries in. Plenty of time. Fordman, I gave you 6, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so that one's good. Qualup gets 1 more. Qualup's just helps if I spell it right.
I see if you're right off at 3 to 4 o'clock right now.
Yeah, I got you.
I watched the Terminator movie last night, and every time Josh talks, that's all I think about. I'll be back.
The funny part is I've had a VATSIM told how we can get off frequency because of the voice. I don't understand why it does it. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's borked.
So Qualup got his 1. That's what we're aiming for, guys. See if I can get the rest of these tickets in real quick. Not JK gets 1. Let me go ahead and get that done.
Traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, back taxiing for departure, runway 28, Shiflet.
Alright. Rob Valkyrie gets 12 of these things. Man, Rob Valkyrie's really aiming to win this thing. Again, drawing will be at the end of November. I gotta figure out how to spell Valkyrie. V-A-L-K-Y-R-I-E. Of course, whenever I hear your name, Rob, I think of this song. MelvinLeroy gets another 6. Alright guys, that should catch me up. Exclamation point ticks. Should tell you how many you have. Alright, where are we? Let's go back to my notes here. Foxhaven, coming south, spot a brown patch with 8 long buildings. Okay. Line up with those. Ahead on the left will be a large excavation project. We'll look for that. The field elevation at Foxhaven is 800 feet. So we'll stay just above 2,000 here.
Or 360 at 6 per active sky. I'm gonna take runway 4.
Alright. Head on the left will be a large excavation project. I think that is that over there. Okay. Straight ahead will be a white oval-shaped gravel patch. Which I don't see. Is that? Yep, that is it. Okay, so we'll overfly, and we'll join a left downwind. Should, so if field elevation's 800,
Traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie.
then pattern altitude's 1800, and we should overfly 19, 20, 21, 22, 2300. Foxhaven traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor is about 5 miles north. We're going to overfly north to south 2,300, then join a left downwind runway 28 at Foxhaven Plantation. I lost sight of that. Lost sight of that little gravel oval. We over top of it that quickly.
Shipment traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie on a left downwind, left crosswind, departing the area to the south, Shipment.
Another substantial excavation project, or maybe that's the one we were looking at before. We got the predictions coming in at negative 400 already. Alright, I think I may have overflown it already. And if we don't see it, now let's just turn on a downwind and start kind of a gentle descent. And if we don't see it out the left window, then we'll circle back up to the white buildings and look again.
Foxhaven traffic, Douglas 34 Alpha is overflying the field now. 2,300 will be entering a left downwind runway 28, Foxhaven.
Foxhaven, Skyhawk 514 Delta Victor is east of the field now. However, we've lost sight of it. We believe we're on a left downwind to left base, but we may end up going around. We'll advise 514 Delta Victor.
You
Foxhaven.
seem to be more on like a right-hand downwind. You turn just before you hit the field.
He's
Thanks.
setting up for a down base wind.
Yeah, it seems like it.
As always.
Slant, are you doing pilotage tonight? What are you doing? Dead Reckoning?
Yeah, this is all visual. I took some notes. I moved the camera around at each field to kind of take some notes about some of the landmarks. So I'm trying to do it all visually.
Alright.
I definitely saw the field as I came into it, but then I lost sight of it, and I think I turned early.
I'm trying the Dead Reckoning approach here. Heading distance and time. Then when the time runs out, I'm bending my neck like a chicken.
This might be it. I'm going to do a low pass.
A lot of big power lines in these parts.
Way high and fast, if this is indeed it.
Pretty good area to do power lines.
Yeah, this is indeed it.
500 or something.
Foxhaven Plantation, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's on short final for 2-8. We're going to end up doing a low approach and left close traffic, Foxhaven. Alright, so this is just a pass to get a feel for the landmarks and how the landmarks line up. And kind of still double checking that I'm seeing the right thing. Yeah, it looks like I am. Okay, so that's indeed it. We got some terrain off the east end of this thing, don't we?
Foxhaven traffic, Douglas 4 Alpha's turn at base, runway 28. Foxhaven.
Foxhaven, Cessna 5 and 4 Delta Victor's turning left crosswind now off on the go around runway 28, Foxhaven. I'll take it up to about 1800. I believe, guys, that is AlSouthMIA flying along with us. Under the white arc, we'll go ahead and go flaps 1.
This is a tight one.
Alright, let's see if we can kind of spot this thing. Okay, I see it.
540, Mike. We're flying Sheffield Field at 6,000, and we have the traffic 260 Bravo in sight.
So that coloration should help us spot it. It's a different color than everything around it. Yeah, let's not get any too much higher than 1800. Foxhaven, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's now left downwind midfield 28 Foxhaven.
Foxhaven traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra is over flying the field at 3,300, descending and entering the left hand downwind 428 Foxhaven.
There's a DownwindSim behind us, somewhere above us and behind us. Trying to just spot, I guess, kind of that brown patch might be our base to final reference. Alright guys, you can go ahead and start putting those landing rate predictions in. 400 might be in the right ballpark tonight. Hopefully we'll redeem ourselves after that first one. Mix rich, word flaps 2. Turned it in a bit short, looks like. Probably need to be descending. Let's raise the wing and take a peek. Okay. Left base to final for 28 Foxhaven.
Affirmative, we're looking 8 Hotel Sierra.
I got somebody in sight on like a high right downwind. Oh no, okay, I see.
Okay, 8 Hotel Sierra's turning up. I got the DC-3 inside now. Well, extend 8 Hotel Sierra, extend the downwind to give it a little room.
It's a busy pattern here, guys.
Ready for one out the short final 2-8, Foxhaven.
5-4 Delta Victor, turn in final behind the DC-3 Foxhaven. We'll slow it up.
Okay, 8 Hotel Sierra just turned base for 2-8. We saw the DC-3 you were looking for Delta Victor. 8 Hotel Sierra is about a 4 to 5 mile final now for Foxhaven.
And we're over the Green Mound, just short of the runway, so we're about a mile and a half final.
Alright, affirmative. 8 Hotel Sierra. Ready for one out this clear into 8 Foxhaven.
Coffee, what happened to your helicopter?
There we are. That was a little better.
8 Hotel Sierra still doesn't have 4 Delta Victor. We're going to do a right.
It's not about Great Britain, it's about Great Butter.
Open up some space. Foxhaven.
2 miles east of here.
4 Delta Victor's clearing the runway at Foxhaven.
Nashville.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay well clear of it. As long as you're below 4,300 on the outer shelf, you're alright.
Yeah, Ralph, I don't know if you heard me. I'm clear. I'm down.
All right, thank you.
Alright. Foxhaven traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra is over the quarry now, and about a 4 or 5 mile final for 2-8 at Foxhaven.
Qual says, I wonder what wake turbulence category the DC-3 is in. I have hit some wake turbulence with active sky running. Or no, was it me? Or was it when we did our flight almost exactly a year ago, going out to Catalina, the one where we finally broke the Catalina curse? We were flying a DC-3 out to Catalina, and Agent Bravo 7 was following behind us, and looks like he's going around. Okay, that's Super Cub going around. And we were in nice smooth air, and she said that she was following us and hit some real bad turbulence, which we assume might be wake turbulence from me. So I do think Active Sky models it. So we got the Super Cub. Yeah, we got the. So what did happen there? Let's look at the sheet map.
Foxhaven traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra is on about a 1 mile final, half-mile final for 2-8.
Okay, that was Shiflet. So yeah, I did turn it in just early the first time, it looks like. Oh, okay, there's Mr. DownwindSim. What was my number on? Like 38? Oh, his looks like probably better than that even.
Foxhaven traffic, please take note that 8 Hotel Sierra did not hit any of the fences. Foxhaven.
Day ain't over yet.
Foxhaven traffic,
And there's no parking because the DC-3 took up all.
That made a nice hole in the fence for you there. You should have gone right through it.
Oh, I guess I'll just spin around and cut down some of the trees for you.
Oh. I feel like I could probably get out before the Super Cub arrives, but instead of doing that, I'm going to just brief the next. Is this a point? Okay, yeah. So our next field, our next destination is just 8 miles south of where we are now. 56 November Charlie. Oh no! That's going to be an insurance claim. That's going to be an insurance claim.
Doesn't help that the turn radius of this thing is so bad.
So we'll watch for the Super Cub arrival, and let me look at my
Stay
notes.
Right there. I'm gonna sneak in front of you and get over on the other side here.
And I'll go. Is this Al that's coming in? Oh, sorry, wrong channel. Is this Al that's coming in? Okay, I'll get out after as soon as Al gets down. Or actually, Will, you were in before me. You want to go first?
Hey, you can go ahead, I don't mind.
Okay.
But if you want me to, I can go first.
No, I'll be ready.
Okay.
So my notes for 56 November Charlie said, this one will be impossible to find.
Here with my head down.
If you cross an interstate, look for the big construction project. Pass to the east of it, it should be on your right. If you end up over the sprawling lake, you've gone too far, head back north from the east end of it. Small clearing with a vibrant brown patch and some odd brown stripes around it just east of the runway. Did I miss Al's arrival?
Wait till MelvinLeroy finds out that not only has the fence been damaged, but there's bushes now that have been chopped down. That's
Did I
why
miss?
We can't have nice things, people.
Did I miss Al's arrival? Oh,
Come on.
oh no, he's on short final. I see him. Field's a bit darker and drabber brown than the surrounding area. Look for the, and it's bisected by a dirt road. Look for the big barn. Big red barn. Landing looked good. Rollout looked like mine. The landing looked good. The rollout looked kind of like mine. My usual ones.
Well, it's nice to have you along on the 1-year anniversary of this mess. Glad you could join us.
Alright, let's get the taxi light on. What is this? Is this Foxhaven? Where are we?
Super Cub, 06.
Foxhaven traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor, back taxi, runway 28 Foxhaven. Lights set since we are on runway surface. We'll go ahead and get flaps 1 done now so I don't forget later. Get the trim neutralized. Alright, and we're only going 8 miles south, but this is, like I said in the notes that I took earlier, yesterday is when I did this. Notes that I took yesterday suggest that the next destination is going to be pretty impossible to find. We're only going 8 miles, though. So, once we get airborne, maybe only 5 minutes. And it's pretty much dead due south, 179 according to Sky Vector. So as we're departing west, we want to make a left. Crosswind, okay. A little bit of a zigzag just to see what's ahead. Got a little ways to go yet.
So 6 Oaks.
Okay, so pretty much as we come into this grove of trees is when we are turning around. Alright, let's see how well we can keep it straight, guys. Brakes are in. Throttle up. Lean for power. Where are we? Foxhaven, Cessna 514 Delta Victor departing 28 Foxhaven, left crosswind southbound VFR. Rudder in.
Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie is showing the left downwind for runway 28 Foxhaven.
Alright, we'll have to watch for that traffic as we get up. The takeoff went relatively well. At Foxhaven, Cessna 514 Delta Victor, clear 28. We're going to look for that traffic in the pattern and then start our left crosswind, Foxhaven.
Okay, Foxhaven traffic, Douglas 341 Alpha is backtracking runway 28 for VFR departure to the west. Foxhaven.
We should see some traffic in the downwind. If we can get this wing up. If we can get this wing up, we should see some traffic in the downwind. Don't see him though. Alright, let's not crash in that effort. Alright, he's turning base, so he should be well west of, or well east of us. So we're okay. Alright, we're only going 8 miles south now, so let me get those notes back up. It's 980 feet, so basically we'll say 1,000 feet. It's an 8 and a 2.6. We're going to set it to 2.6.
Foxhaven traffic, roger. I'll loiter off here to the east and let you...
Crossing interstate, look for the big construction project. It should be on your right. Okay, so that is that. Thick. Or that. Or is this what we're passing right over here? One of those. So, like I said, should pass to the east of it. If you end up over the sprawling lake, which is, I guess is a good ways in the distance. Alright, well I guess we're east.
You can talk to your friend MelvinLeroy about.
Wait a minute, this might be the construction project. I don't know.
These airstrips were built with these scenarios in mind.
Clearly, absolutely.
We keep trying to tell you that, Will, but you refuse to listen. But it's for our entertainment, so it's all good.
Indeed.
Foxhaven, 341 Alpha is taking off 28, VFR to the south.
If I could just get MelvinLeroy to put in the killer fence there, we would have had some damage.
Alright, if you end up over the sprawling lake, you've gone too far. There is a small clearing with a vibrant brown patch. Okay, it's past there.
Okay, the traffic, November 20 Bravo Charlie, turning final, runway 28, Fox Haven.
So this is what I said. There was a vibrant brown patch with some stripes that is essentially just east of the field. It can't be. I've got to be passing it. Well, I did say. Well, that's a vibrant brown patch, but that doesn't have the stripes. That's not what I was. Trust me, when I see this, when I do, if I do spot this little vibrant brown patch, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think I might need to go a little bit to the right, though. Might be over the brown patch. Is that it? There's a brown patch with some really weird stripes cut into it. It should be ahead to my left, but I'm also not completely, you know, like I said, I didn't fly this in advance. I poked the camera up and looked around from each of these strips. So how to get from one to the other, I don't really know that I have a good sense of. What other landmarks do we have? We know we should be east of that Rutherford airport, which I haven't seen. Worst case scenario, we can try some radio nav back. Oh, that I remember seeing, that trapezoid shaped one. Hold on.
20 Bravo Charlie, nice job.
Yeah, and if you end up over this lake, you're too far. So it's going to be right around here somewhere. Ooh, is this? Are we looking at it? Holy cow, guys! There, the big red barn. Bisected. Oh my God, we found it. I didn't even find the brown patch. I had no hope I was going to find this thing if I didn't find that brown patch. There's the brown patch with the stripes cut into the field behind it. That's what I was talking about. But there it is, guys. That is where we're landing. Now the question is, can I keep sight of it? Field elevation here is what now? Hold on. That was I'm surprised I found it. At field elevation 9, or basically 1,000 feet. So we're 1,000 feet too high for our downwind here.
Fox Haven traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra back taxiing on 28, Fox Haven.
Wheatfield traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor Center in the left downwind, runway 26, Wheatfield. Alright. What can we use as a reference, guys? We're going to lose sight of this so easily. There's nothing out here distinctive to look at.
What was the deal again with the...
There's that. It almost kind of looked like a baseball field, but then it doesn't. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You want a pattern altitude about 5,500 feet.
Oh boy, it's severe turbulence.
I guess it's going to be a right turn.
Yeah, we're still pretty high up.
Yeah, right traffic for 32 and 5,500 about.
I've already kind of lost sight of it.
On the video to get basically get fully configured in the downwind.
Already kind of lost sight of it. All right, let's
Straight on,
let's circle back and let's look for that
Is that
stripy
Is that
patch.
so you don't kill yourself?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Where's the fun in that?
Did you see any of the YouTube videos for the flight, for the briefings
Wheatfield
going
traffic,
into there?
Douglas 341 Alpha's over the field, Cessna 500, going to be entering a left downwind for 27.
Yeah, they're like And here's some photos of a guy that ended up short. And here's a photo of a guy that went off the end of the runway. And here's a guy
Alright, so
that
there's that
veered into the
odd-looking
aircraft and everything caught on fire.
brown patch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that Pilatus burning up was kind of sad.
Definitely have more altitude to lose. You guys can put some predictions in. Number in the chat, positive or negative, no bot command.
Alright, Fox Haven traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra departing 28, Fox Haven.
There it is. Wheatfield traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's left base to final for 26 at Wheatfield.
Traffic, helicopter 609 Kilo Bravo, Bell 407, 10 nautical miles south, VFR 3,510.
But again, guys, throw those predictions into the chat, positive or negative. Yeah, I was really not counting on finding this one.
Fox Haven traffic,
This was a
8
stroke
Hotel
of
Sierra
luck.
departing to the south, Fox Haven.
Fox Haven traffic.
But anyway, yeah, just a positive or negative value in and predict the rate of descent the moment the wheels touch. As you have seen tonight, anywhere from 30 to 380 is possible, and the ranges sometimes can go even beyond that. So.
But the fences were left intact.
Last few excess knots off.
Whitfield traffic, that's 4615, approximately 3 miles north of the field, roughly 20.
Yeah, Melvin, when I was doing my little note-taking on this, and I popped the camera up from here, and I was like, there is nothing distinctive anywhere around here. I'm never going to find this one. I actually wrote that in my notes. This one will be impossible to find. I might be a little bit high and fast here. We still got plenty of runway. We'll make it. A little bit of a water bounce.
Alpha is on left base for 27, Wheatfield.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's Mount Mitchell right there by Mount Air. It's the highest peak in the eastern United States, I think.
We're kind of rolling through the fence a little bit.
Fox Haven traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, taking off runway 28, Fox Haven.
I'm going to pull off in here. Just be out of the way. Wheatfield traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor. We're clear into the brush just to be out of the way for the next arrival, Wheatfield.
Douglas 4 Alpha is based to final runway 27, Wheatfield.
Let's get the lights reconfigured. Go ahead and set flaps 1. Neutralize the trim, just so we don't forget to do that later. Yeah, so I wound up touching down just past the little dirt road that bisects the field. So it's not surprising that it rolled it a little long on the end. It's alright. So I didn't see the number, I saw it was in the green range, so. Flare was somewhat decently managed, although I did skip it a little bit. Let's see if Will can redeem himself. He's normally very, very good with this airplane. That looks very smooth.
1 mile north of field at 1600.
Now, is he going to get it stopped? Yeah, it looks like he had to get a little creative to get it stopped, but get the labels on. Yeah.
6 traffic, helicopter 609 Kilo Bravo, turning right downwind, runway 06.
Okay, so I think we've got time now. We'll get up across. Actually, let's just go.
Wheatfield traffic. 8 Hotel Sierra entering a left downwind for 26 Wheatfield.
Alright, let's taxi off then. We'll let those guys come in. I couldn't see them, so I don't want to take any chances I'm going to be in their way, so we'll just taxi off here. Am I on the runway? No, I'm off of it. I don't see these guys though. Also need to figure out where we're going next. Wheatfield traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor, short of 26, holding short for arriving traffic at
Wheatfield 8 Hotel Sierra is base to final then for 26 Wheatfield.
and some formation flying here.
Traffic, helicopter 9 Kilo Bravo, base to final, runway 06, success.
Alright, the next one's Brevard. I'll tell you what, I'm going to need to take a quick break out of the cockpit after we watch these two arrivals. I'm going to take a quick break out of the cockpit to do a little liquid circle of life, and then we'll move on to our next one. So that's probably DownwindSim there. We can cheat and look at the labels real quick. Yep, DownwindSim there, and AlSouthMIA behind him. Yeah, it annoys me that the CSLs animate with the props not spinning so often. Oops, bad camera work, sorry guys.
Traffic, helicopter 09 Kilo Bravo, departing runway 06 straight out, and then turning north,
DownwindSim, you used a lot more of the runway than I did. I only used the second half.
Fair enough.
Who's that landing now? Is that Al? Is that you?
Yeah, that's Al.
Okay. For some reason, I'm not hearing his radio calls. Am I just missing them?
I think so.
Mine is like very, very quiet. At least to me it is.
Yeah, the voice is a little quiet, but the calls are coming through.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, I'm going to hold short here. I'm going to take a quick break out of the cockpit, so if you guys want to go ahead and go, I'll catch up.
All right, Northwest, you're up.
All right, guys. Let's put the camera in position for you guys to watch
Field traffic,
the departures.
Throwing off, we'll be backtracking runway 27, departure straight out.
All right, Al, I probably just have my sim sounds turned up too loud, so I'm just not hearing you real clear. Just wave your wings and, you know, flash your lights and all that stuff.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, Al, you're coming through fine. Alright guys, we'll be back in the cockpit in just a few. Enjoy watching the departures.
Northwest, you got enough room to sneak by me, or do I need to pull off even farther?
I think it should be good.
Field traffic, Douglas 4 Alpha's departing runway 27, straight out. Wheatfield.
Wheatfield traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie. I'm flying a wide pattern on the downwind for runway 26, Wheatfield.
I love that when those stupid follow bots or whatever, those follow bot promoters come in, the mod tool uses the same response for them as it does for if you guys say something with slightly foul language. But I also love that it's catching all those automatically, which is nice. Everybody gone already?
Northwest took off, and I think somebody's inbound. I didn't catch the call sign.
Okay, all right, I got to figure out where I'm going next anyway.
This is November 20 Bravo Charlie. I'm on the downwind, about to turn base for runway 26 Wheatfield.
Okay, I see him. All right, yeah, I see you. I've still got to figure out where I'm going next, so I'm gonna hold short still.
All right, roger that.
All right, so 34 miles to the west, and basically, now we could, I think, really honestly.
November 20 Bravo Charlie, turning base runway 26 Wheatfield.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna tune this Hendersonville 379 beacon. This is where we're gonna use a little bit of radio navigation. And we're going to try and stay.
Wheatfield traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, turning final, runway 26 Wheatfield.
got somebody just passing through. So he saw the saw a bunch of planes and messaged me just to see what's going on. So I just let DownwindSim.com for itinerary details. Hit him with the stream link too. Why not? Anyway, so we're going to tune this 379 NDB, which is right here, and we're going to make sure that as we proceed westbound, we're going to make sure that that thing points to our right, so that we stay south of the Class Charlie there in Asheville. We are, if Atlanta Center's still on, and it doesn't look like they are. Actually, it looks like they've hopped off. Yeah, they've hopped off for the evening. But had Atlanta Center still been on, we would have been. Our next plan of action is to come up and cross Asheville midfield east to west, and then our next destination is right there. It's not Cane Creek, but it's right there near Cane Creek. But at any rate, so just to do it right and stay out of the Class Charlie there, we'll tune in this NDB, and we will make sure that it passes to our right as we go east to west toward the town of Brevard. And we want to be on about a 280. We're going to be taking off, I guess, basically a straight out departure, and then about a 280. We'll kind of maybe see if we can pass to the right of this town of Landrum. We will. Fine, we're going to hold short. We need another minute.
All right, affirm 8 Hotel Sierra is going to depart 26 on Wheatfield.
Okay, so we will, at some point, probably line up with this railroad track if we can spot it. We should see this highway that we pass north to south, and I don't know that we'll see too much out here. We might pick up sight of that lake right there, just past the NDB. I don't know what we'll see in terms of the plant. We should see this lake here, possibly, and that should kind of clue us in to where we're inbound to Brevard. Now, our notes for Brevard said, you come into a pretty suburban area along the foothills, pass over a large flat gray quarry or dry lake, somewhere in this area I think, followed by a large clearing bisected by power lines. We see the large athletic complex with the blue track and tennis courts. Stay left, aim for the dark green foothill and the cluster of trees just ahead of it. Small white patch, which is actually a hexagonal building, but it's flat, and a large hangar. In front of the large hangar is a running airplane with a red beacon flashing. The runway is immediately to the left of the airplane and the hangar, running to the right of the patch of trees. The runway texture completely blends with the surrounding grass, and then just beyond the runway is another high school or college athletic complex. Okay. So we've got quite a few notes here. But let's just depart at 280. Oh, Falcon Nike 62 is the pilot who just messaged me. So yeah, appreciate you jumping in on the stream, man. DownwindSim, DownwindSim.com. DownwindSim.com has the itinerary details. Thank you for the follow button as well, there, sir. And yeah, we do these kind of antics. First Monday of the month we do these bush flights, but this is a stream where we do a lot of general aviation flying, mostly general aviation IFR flying on the stream. We mix it up a little bit, do some business jets sometimes. We do a vintage airliners once in a while, and on a very rare occasion we do modern airliners. But 4 Delta Victor, yeah, I see I'm number 3 for departure, and that's fine. I'll go after you guys. But anyway, yeah, these bush flights are the first Monday of every month, so if you want to put those on your calendar, man, and join us for the next one. But yeah, so there's a few of us. DownwindSim, MelvinLeroy.
Go ahead. I got a couple things I was going to square away before I take off, so if you're ready, go ahead.
5 and 4 Delta Victor is departing 26 at Wheatfield. All right, so that's.
Josh, thanks for flying. Always great to have you along.
Get the lights set. Don't remember if I had the parking brake on or off. Fellow GA enthusiast here. Well, I knew that from the call sign that you messaged me from. No, very cool to have you here, man. Put it on my calendar. All right, yeah, generally the first Monday of the month, but follow the social media for the Slant Alpha channel, and we'll certainly keep you informed, man. All right, let's get lined up. Let's get the brakes on. Let's get powered up. Let's lean for power. I think we're already kind of leaning a little bit. And flaps and trim is confirmed set. Okay, away we go. A little more right rudder. A little less right rudder. Okay. There we go. We made it. We made it. We made it. Let's get above these treetops, get some speed and some altitude. We'll get those flaps in. That's what I'm thinking every time I hear him. I thought he was doing it as a joke at first. Let's get to it. I know, it's so distracting though. I wonder if it's like a bit rate sampling, you know, like the bit rate of the mic, you know, in the settings, something like that maybe.
Well, it really helps to watch a Terminator movie the night before, because then you're just in it.
Alright, so Wheatfield traffic, Cessna 4 Delta Victor's clear of 26 straight out VFR westbound Wheatfield. Alright, so Brevard, like I said, it's a 2,100 foot. We're passing 2,100 feet now, so we'll probably pick up about, we'll maybe do a standard VFR westbound, 4,500, why not? But we want to maintain, and I'm going to put the heading bug on 280. You know what I haven't done in a while? The directional gyro. 285. So, okay, so that's about there. Oops. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, so that's now on a 280 exactly. Let's get the heading bug out of the way. And we want to be on about a 280, right? If I remember correctly. Alright, yeah, so it's kind of bobbing and weaving. We got a little bit of turbulence. So it's kind of bobbing and weaving around a little bit.
Seriously, a golf course up here?
Tires are still spinning. I always forget to tap the brakes after I depart in this thing.
Yeah, mountain area you're talking about?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a real spot.
Alright, and 34 miles after we took off, what, about, well, almost 10 o'clock on the nose.
So,
that'll
anybody
be,
doing pilotage,
that'll make it easy.
Wheatfield to Brevard, 34.2 miles, 100 knots indicated, 22 minutes.
I was just going to ask that. Out of 280. Alright, let's let's really get this plane nice and steady on a heading. That says 285. That says 285, so I think we're good. We just want to set that to 280 and kind of maintain that. I wonder, so we got this little channel through the mountains here. I wonder if that is something we can pick up on a map and figure out where we are. I think so. I think if we follow the little channel, that's going to be where we lined up with this railroad track here. So that's, to the right of that is a road, a highway of some sort. Yep, that lines up with what we just said. There's that highway that comes through right by the bottom of the VOR marking. So So yeah, I think we want to follow that channel to the left. And there should be a little lake up ahead to the left on that. Right where it says Tuxedo here, the town of Tuxedo. Oh, I did say we want to tune in that Hendersonville beacon as well. 379. Let's make sure we pass to the south of that. Oh, I didn't even ever get altitude mode on my my transponder, which is okay because controllers have all gone home for the evening anyway. Alright, but what did we say that was? 379? Alright, let's tune that in. Okay, so we should see that is ahead and almost straight ahead. So we need to make sure we pass to the south of that. We need to make sure that we turn a little left. And that has to pass to our right. The other possibility, in order to make sure we stay out of this class Charlie, is to make sure we stay below 4,300 feet. So even if we do clip this, you know, but if we're at 4,000 feet, you know, we should be okay. We should be, even if we're coming up this way, you know, we should end up clear of that Charlie by a couple miles at least. But if the NDB is to our right, and we're at 4,200 feet or lower, and right now we're at 4,000 even pretty much, we should be okay as far as staying out of the Asheville class Charlie. Now, like I said, I think the VATSIM Atlanta Center went offline. Who knows if cleared approach could pop in at any time and harass us, especially if he sees we're all floating around here. Mike. So cleared approach could pop in at any time, and if he does, I want to make sure I'm out of his airspace. Okay, so we're following this channel, and it does pretty much go right, straight, dead on westbound. So I think we're still okay here. The NDB is slightly to our right up ahead, so that is also good. Things are good, gentlemen. Things are good. How have you been? Acro nerd. Update. Mike. I don't think I've seen you here, by the way. If I'm mistaken about that, I apologize. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, whichever is appropriate. Oh, that's you. All right. Good to see you here then, man. No, come on now. Beautiful weather today. We got the follow from Acro Nerd as well, whom I shall call RoboCop. Josh, we were speculating after you ducked out. Wonder if it is a bitrate sampling issue with your mic. I don't know if you can go into the settings and check the sampling bitrate, and I think it's supposed to be like 44. But if you got it set to something radically different than that, maybe that has got something to do with it. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing, but I don't know if you checked that already or not. So we've lost quite a bit of altitude now. We're at 3,200. It would be in the window settings, I would think, but I don't really know. I mean, I'm really just kind of throwing stuff out that. You know, who knows? You know, who knows whether it's useful or just kind of, like I said, spitballing.
Excellent. Well done.
All right, now, are we seeing? Is this up ahead? Is this the little lake? That looks like a fairly round lake. So I don't think that is.
Well done. Very impressed.
Does it sometimes? Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it fixes itself, and sometimes not. Yeah, I have no idea, dude. I'm really at a loss.
Traffic, Douglas, November 341 Alpha is over the field and turning left
Alright, so what my notes had said was when we get over this ridge, we're going to come into kind of a suburban area.
It's a perfect alibi.
I don't know what we've got tuned on. I don't know what ILS we've got tuned on Nav1, but it was trying to give me some glide slope there. Maybe something at Asheville. DC3 out of 2 November Charlie 0 had to be an interesting departure. Yeah, I think DownwindSim caught some of it on his stream if you want to look. Northwest Orient a lot of times will stream these flights, but he's not streaming them today. He's streaming it today. Alright, so we've got this little sprawly lake ahead to our right. What lake is that? I think we're good here. I think that might be the lake right there where it says Tuxedo. So if that's the case, we're right on track here. It also could be the one further up. Now see, let me get that off the screen so I can see what I'm doing here. Not that that's terribly important. We got to kind of hedge our bets here, guys. What was off to our right could be this one, but could also be this one. Worst case scenario, it's this one. I think though, if the NDB is kind of at our like 2 o'clock as we progress this way, whoops, I didn't draw that straight at all. I swear, officer, I haven't had anything to drink tonight. If we're proceeding westbound and the NDB is off to our 2 o'clock, then I think we're looking at this lake here by Tuxedo. And that is the case. The NDB is basically at our 3 o'clock now. So I think that was indeed the one at Tuxedo. The other thing is we've got that interstate highway that goes right past it, and that is consistent with the one that we saw there right at Tuxedo. I'll bring it back and show you. The one here at Tuxedo does have this interstate highway that comes right down past it. So I think that is indeed the one that we saw. Now we still want to be kind of heading on a 270 though. It looks like I'm starting to follow the ridge down to about a 240, so I need to kind of come over this ridge here, I think. Looks like that NDB is passing well off to our right, and that means we're south of that Charlie. If that arrow was turning much faster, we would be past, that would indicate that we were passing much closer to that NDB. But since it's kind of slowly drifting from down our right side, we know that we probably are passing it at reasonably close to this distance is what I have plotted on the chart. So we should be okay here. We get Miami Center just popped online, but still nothing from Atlanta. Yeah, this must be one of the ILSs at Asheville. Asheville is kind of up off to our right wing here. Not sure if we'll be able to see it through the ridges there. Somewhere in that clearing is Asheville Airport. And clearly one of the ILS frequencies must be 110.5. We still want to be kind of on a 280 overall though. Oh, and Josh, you're gonna need to be a channel subscriber to use those sound commands, man.
Bremer 349, let's clear runway 4 Bremer.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. All right. What we see up ahead to our right is a fairly high ridge. And I'm thinking that high ridge up to our right is through here. So somewhere near the bottom of that ridge should be this town. We might even spot this little Transylvania airport. It's runway 35 at Asheville. Yeah, I figured it must be something like that. We're 5,000 now. We don't want to be too high. Again, we're at 5,000 feet. We're within the altitudes indicated by this Charlie shelf. or between 4,300 and 6,200, we would be within this airspace. But again, I do think we are somewhere down here along that line. We may not be exactly where that line says. Really need to be looking for that lake there. But I think we're far enough away from this NDB that we're definitely south of that Charlie airspace, hopefully, fingers crossed. But again, there's not an Atlantic controller on right now to yell at us, but that could change at any moment. So my notes had said, as you come over the ridge, you're going to end up in kind of a more suburban area. So I wonder if we still need to go. And DownwindSim suggested that that this flight should only be about 20 minutes. So we really should be. Yeah, this does look like a little bit more of a suburban area up here. And there was a clearing that was bisected by some power lines. So this seems like it might be consistent with my visual notes from earlier. So now I'm also sure that this is not the only clearing bisected by power lines in the entire North Carolina Asheville region. So I might be sending myself on a bit of a red herring right here. But we'll see. A big patch of trees. Yeah, so what I had said. Oh, yeah. Yep. So coming in from this way. Yeah, let's get back up to where I said. So here's my note. Here was my notes. Yeah, I got it, man. I got it. Coming from the east, you'll come into a pretty suburban area among the foothills. Pass over a large, flat, gray area. Which I don't see the gray area. But then there was a clearing, maybe this gray area here. And then there was a clearing bisected by power lines. Then I'll pass over a athletic complex with a blue track and some tennis courts. Oh, there we go, right there. Yep, we're good. Okay, we're good. Field elevation, it's at Brevard, 2,100 feet. So once you get to the athletic complex, aim for that dark green foothill and the cluster of trees. So it's definitely, and the runway direction at Brevard's a 4 and 2-2.
Overflying the field, 4,500. We're actually going to turn to the northeast and set up for a left downwind for something like 2-3. Brevard.
So he is landing 2-2. So I was just about to say it's a 4 and 2-2 there. So there's a, oops, there's a 2-2. So we're kind of on a long left base, and we'll kind of come straight in, but then we'll join a pattern, and make sure we're not cutting anybody else off. Whoa. DownwindSim, I think you're right off to our 3 o'clock here.
Alright, we're set up for a final for runway 23 here at Brevard. 800.
Okay, 514 Delta Victor. We're west of the field. We're going to set up for a upwind, and then we're going to do a pattern, left close traffic into 22 at Brevard. So I think this was the second. All right, yeah, there we are. This was the second athletic complex. It's the one that's just past the field.
Railroad traffic, SuperCom 2715, approximately 1 mile west of the field, going to the Connor on the bend south. On the bend south.
Alright, so we will so what is this place called? Driver traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's on a departure leg. We're descending, 3,500 descending, and we're going to turn left crosswind, left close traffic for 22 at Brevard. Alright, what was the field elevation? 2,100. So we want to get down to 3,100, and we're about 3,400 now, so we don't want to descend too much more. It's just before that athletic complex there.
Traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra is back taxi on 22 down to parking.
So we're going to stay on this side of the ridge here. Go ahead and get the speed down below the white arc, get that first notch of flaps in. Scenery looks real nice, almost MSFS like.
Parking space here.
Yeah, I've always said, Rob, that the Ortho 4XP does a really nice job. And you know, it's only when you get down low and you see that, you know, many of the buildings are flat that it really kind of calls out the difference. But from altitude, I mean, it's really comparable. But, you know, these little populated areas where you'll start to see, you know, a lot of flat buildings, that's where you really can tell the difference. Now, I've lost sight. Oh, here it is, right here. Right off the left wing. That patch of trees that's like U-shaped with a little handle is we're aiming for. Of course, the DC-3 kind of gives it away as well.
And Brevard traffic, 8 Hotel Sierra is clear of 22 Brevard.
That hangar there with the aircraft running in front of it, that's kind of our aiming point. We picked up some altitude. X-plane's definitely not dead, just got the Orbix True Earth, Florida, and the Key West. Yeah. No, and X-plane's not going to take things lying down, man. I'm sure they're working on 3D rendering technology as we speak. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Oh, geez. Cessna 514 Delta Victor's on a left downwind 22 at Brevard. We got the traffic on left base. We'll follow them, Brevard. Had the traffic on left base. Don't know where he went, but down there somewhere. We'll extend that a little ways. And again, 2100, and we're well above the pattern altitude. Qualup is first one in with the prediction. Let's see how we do. We got one notch of flaps in. I'm going to start our base turn. Yeah, just a number into the chat, guys. Positive or negative we'll take as a descent rate either way. No prize for that tonight, but 1 week from tonight, all kinds of prizes. $250 total worth of prizes being given away 1 week from tonight. So, and that'll be based on landing rate predictions. So be here 8 p.m. Eastern time a week from tonight, guys. If you want a chance to win some money just by guessing how well or poorly I will land. Brevard traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's turning left base to final for runway 22 Brevard. Yeah, top 6 winners a week from tonight win gift cards in 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. So that'll add up to $250 total in prizes. There we go. We're really well lined up for this thing, actually. One week from tonight. We'll do 2 landings. We'll give you 500 points for a perfect guess. We'll give you 500 minus the difference for anything other than a perfect guess. And the top 6 point getters after the two landings will take home those prizes. Again, gift cards on this channel are always winner's choice of X-Plane or Amazon. Xplane.org store or Amazon.com. Brevard, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's on about a 1 mile final, 22 Brevard.
6 Oaks traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie on left downwind for runway, for the northbound runway at 6 Oaks. 6 Oaks.
6 Oaks? 7 Oaks. I'm picking on it because he said 6 Oaks like 4 times, but I did the same thing. We're on a left downwind for Brevard. We're landing 22 Brevard and Brevard traffic and landing Brevard.
6 Oaks traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie. Turning base, runway, northbound runway, 6 Oaks.
That's going to be a little bit of a firm one. Not too bad. 124, we'll take it.
Jane, stop this crazy thing.
We don't need brakes. Brevard, Cessna 514 Delta Victor, clear 22 Brevard.
You didn't knock over any end cones down there, did you, Slano?
Don't think so. I rolled it long because I was concentrating on keeping that yoke back, like you keep telling me.
Oh, very, very nice.
But just kind of let it roll because we had plenty of room.
See, you're getting to be a tail dragging expert.
Don't say that. If you'd seen my first landing tonight, you wouldn't be saying that. Hacker nerds out of here. Yeah, Josh, definitely check back a week from tonight. Got some good prizes to give away, but good to see you here. We're actually off this Friday. We're normally on Mondays and Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern U.S. time. We're off Friday for some family stuff, but next one's going to be the big giveaway night on Monday the 9th. So definitely check us out, man. Good to see you here. Rob Valkyrie is checking out as well.
So, Slant, can you confirm that I do not see any ATC on nearby at the moment?
No, Atlanta Center was on earlier, but they've hopped off, and I keep checking because Cleared Approach tends to hop on late nights, but I haven't seen him. Yeah, still nothing showing on X-Pilot, and nothing showing on VATSIM. Yeah, so my plan was going to be to call them to cross that Charlie west to east, but I guess we don't have to do that. Okay, yeah, so you were talking to the other Rob.
Yeah, so we'll just announce it on
But now you're heading out anyway. All right, cool. Yeah, good, man. Just definitely check back a week from tonight, like I said. Oh, good. All right, so 124 was the number, I think. So that, actually, Akronerd, you would have been the top scorer on that one. So, yeah, there you go. You got the hang of it already, my bud. So again, the format for
Getting to the next place. Are we thinking of just going under the shelf up to Charlie, I guess?
well, had Atlanta been on or Asheville Approach been on, either one, I was actually going to call them up for west to east transition right over midfield at Asheville. So that's my plan. Let's watch the arrival. This, I believe, is Mr. AlSouth. Very nice, very controlled landing there.
All right, well, you do that, and I will, I think I'm going to dodge it to the south then and see if I can do that.
Runway on the right.
Yeah, I'll probably go under the southern shelf and then follow the road that goes towards the VOR, and then head to the northwest and swing it around.
Yeah, so just be aware that Cane Creek is not the airfield that we're going to. There's two that are kind of close by each other.
So what they're talking about following the road up under the Charlie Shelf, staying below this 4,300 foot threshold, and then taking Northwest Orient was talking about taking this road that kind of goes toward the VOR, and then cutting out back this way toward the airport. My plan is to kind of stay. We'll come up this way, follow this road maybe, or really we're going to aim for this 3,200 foot peak and just stay to the right of it. We'll kind of hug, and then we'll join a parallel path to the runway. Once we get over to the point where we see Asheville, we were actually going to go ahead and call Asheville Approach and ask for permission to cross midfield, and then once we get to the destination, it's just to the left. We'll be able to see this ridge here, and stay to the left of it, and we'll be able to see that that airfield coming up on the left. So that's our plan. Aim for this peak, this 3,280 foot peak, parallel the runway, cross over Asheville midfield, and then the airport will be basically straight ahead. So that's our plan. All right, I don't know where I have the. Let's double check we still got fuel. We should have enough for a couple more legs. We've only got, after Cane Creek, we're heading back to Mountain there, so only got the 2 more to go. We should have enough fuel. We'll check when we get up. I'm sorry, after, not Cane Creek, the one that's next to Cane Creek. What is it called? Six Oaks. Okay, so once we get to Six Oaks, we'll double check, but we should have enough fuel to make it back to the end, I would think. Let's go ahead and get flaps, and we'll go ahead and get trim, neutralized, everything else mixes. Whoops. And what do we got? Okay, we got lights set for ground ops. There we are. You heading that, Will?
Yeah, I guess I'll take the lead.
All right.
River traffic, Douglas 341 Alpha is taking runway 22 for a left downwind departure to the northeast. River.
Looks like he's got some frost on his windshield there. He might have to start that up early next time he comes out. We got winter textures on the vehicles here, DownwindSim?
see.
Little dodge over here where Will was just parked. Looks like he's completely frosted over on the hood and windshield.
He's been driving good rounds. Ah, sure enough. I didn't even see it. Yep. The make sure you check out the Bush League dually that's parked over there by the shed
At this airport?
at this airport. Well,
I'll
kinda
look at it.
behind where I'm at.
Okay, I'll look at it before I go.
You know, the organization's kind of made of money, so bought a dually. Should buy the food truck, really.
Yeah, well, it really tends to pop up. Has popped up a few places from what I know. I'm not.
Alright, forever traffic. 8 November 740 Hotel Sierra is going to take 22. Forever.
Where we're traffic, Super Delta 715, Youngin off runway 40.
So if that's Al taking the runway behind DownwindSim, then I'll wait over here.
8 Hotel Sierra will be a left downwind departure for 22 forever.
And that's our Super Cub. Guess I'm the last man out then. We'll see if I'm taking a shorter way. I believe I'm taking a shorter way. So we'll see how that goes. And then that one over there is actually just a static aircraft. Like I said, that had its beacon light on, and I felt like that was the purpose of that was to help the airport be a little bit visible from a distance. Because with the grass texture blending in perfectly, this one was going to be kind of a harder one to find. This next one that we're going to, runway texture was like really, really white compared to the surrounding turf. So shouldn't have any problem seeing it.
Take Super Delta 715 departing on 22 heading west. Where traffic.
River traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor lining up behind the departing traffic for 22 at Brevard. A little zigzag, make sure we're not about to run over anything. Okay, we're good. He's already off and running. Look at him. Look at him go. Alright, hold the brakes. The flaps and trim are set. Set takeoff power.
There were traffic Super Delta 715
Waiting for power.
on the west at 2500 final call.
River traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor departing 22 will be left downwind departure to the northeast. River. Took out a couple of cones on the roll out there, but that's alright. I think the main thing we want to do is get above these power lines. Yeah, and I know I'm pushing it on the angle attack. I lost sight of those power lines. Hopefully we cleared them. Hopefully we cleared them. River Cessna 514 Delta Victor, clear of 22 into the left crosswind for VFR northeastbound departure, Bremen. Nose down, speed up. We've still got some terrain to clear, so I don't want to throw those flaps in just yet. Looks like we got traffic up ahead, well above us. We're gonna level it off here. We're gonna level it off at about 3,500. Oh, there we are. There's our field. Hi, Reverend. So if we go from the field directly to this peak at 3280, that is a 043, which I think was pretty much what we were showing. Let's level it off at 3,500. Now we can put those flaps in, duh. Whoops. Yeah, now we're picking up some speed. Alright. We set about a 0.4, what did I say? A 0.43. So where is that peak? Up a little ways. I can't quite tell which of those. There's a 4360 to the left. Negative, we're good. Just go ahead and pass over the Charlie. So there's some peaks ahead to our right here.
Yeah, so don't follow me. I'm doing something a little bit different to get there. Unless you want to follow me.
Alright, well, we got road and power lines. I'm confused as to which peak is which up here. Well, we got road and power lines that go up this way. I also need to double check what is the elevation at the next Six Oaks is 2,100 also. So if we have 4,100 is plenty high.
Six Oaks traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie, back taxi, runway 96 Oaks.
Alright. So if we're just slightly to the right of 030, but the wet compass says we're just slightly to the left of 030, so let's get those two in agreement. Okay, Six Oaks is a 6 and 24. Seems like we're landing westbound all night pretty much. So we'll set the heading bug to a 24. Want to be flying kind of at a 045, and then let's find the road and power line that we are following. It's a fairly substantial highway there. Squiggly little creek there. Let's see if we can pick up some of these terrain features. Of course, the other thing we can do, we know we already have ILS tuned for Asheville runway 35. We might have a DME reference. Nope, we're not receiving it. Not receiving it, so we don't have a DME reference. We probably, well, we've got Sugarloaf VOR just to the east of it, but then that means we gotta do some math, and not that math is a bad thing, but I really want to do this more visually if I can. Alright, so 045, and things are looking good, but we don't know exactly which of these valleys we're in. Let me see if I can stay no higher than about 4,100, really, honestly. Really, honestly, for, let's say 4,000, maybe even 3,500, but Well, we still got that NDB tune. The NDB is kind of off to our right. What I don't want to do is end up coming right up the throat of the Asheville arrivals. I want to stay to the west of the Charlie, but I have a feeling I'm now coming like right up the center of it. I don't want to do that. I want to be west of Asheville Airport.
Oaks traffic, Cessna November 20 Bravo Charlie. Departing the area to the south, 6 Oaks.
If we wanted to be totally safe, we could climb up to 6,300 feet. Then we gotta drop and then we gotta get on the other side and lose all that altitude. But it's an option. Alright, so this is, I think, Asheville, yeah. So I think we're coming up probably inside the Charlie. We're really close. So we probably violated it in all honesty. But at this point, let's just go ahead and say we would, if we were talking to Asheville traffic, we would, or Atlanta approach or Asheville approach, really. Asheville approach, Cessna 514 Delta Victor is about 5 miles southwest of the field at 4,500, requesting transition across the Charlie west to east Asheville.
230 radial to the Sugarloaf.
And the controller would say something along the lines of 514 Delta Victor, approved as requested, maintain VFR at 4,500. And we say, okay, at 4,500 VFR eastbound. 514 Delta Victor. They wouldn't need to say anything like cleared into the class Charlie. Pretty much as soon as they answer you by call sign, you're good to enter the Charlie. You don't need to hear the words cleared for this magenta boundaried space, this Charlie airspace here. Blue boundaries you need cleared into the Bravo. Charlie airspace you just need responding to you by call sign. So we will say, presumably, we were told cross midfield at 4,500. And so we're going to do that. But I do think if we were to, and I don't think the cheat map has the airspace boundaries. Still a couple of friends in the vicinity here. So I don't think the cheat map has the airspace boundaries. I wonder, maybe we do. No, it doesn't. Okay. We're still picking up altitude. We need to trim this thing down. Get back down to our quote-unquote assigned altitude, the pretend assigned altitude. Alright, so there's 4,500. We are now crossing midfield west to east. Oh, never did reset the lights for airborne ops. Got that taken care of now. Starflies is here. Welcome back to the channel, Starflies. Hey, I don't know how many alphabets points you've accumulated, but don't overlook the fact we got a new drawing going on. Redeem some of those alphabets points for some raffle tickets there. Exclamation point giveaway will give you the details, but I'll kind of run down. Every month, we're going to do a drawing for a $25 gift card to Amazon.com or to the xplane.org store. And you can redeem those channel points, those alphabets points that you gain just by watching and listening to me yammer on. And cash those in for some entries into that monthly drawing. 1,000 channel points gets you 1 raffle ticket. 5,000 channel points redeemed at once gives you 6 raffle tickets. You get a bonus one. And again, we'll do that drawing at the end of every month. So feel free to put yourself in for a few tickets if you'd like to. And I think I need to start looking at my notes here for the arrival into this airport. 6 Oaks, overfly actual west to east, should be headed straight for a dark green foothill, which we do see here. On the left is a black and white construction project of some type. There it is. Aim for the dark green foothill, stay slightly left of it. Okay, yeah, there's our runway. Like I said, this one's cut out in a lighter texture. You can definitely see the runway texture here.
I gotta get Melvin to put a better muffler on this thing. It's loud.
Alright, 2,100 feet, so let's get down to 3,100 feet. And we're going to swing up to the north and join a right downwind. Qualup's already got his prediction in. 6 Oaks traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor is about 5 miles west of the field, 3,900 descending. We're going to enter a right downwind, runway 24 at 6 Oaks. Still need to get down, still need to lose altitude. There's our field there. Kind of aim for that brown spot just short of that field will be our turn-in point. That might be a little long. Maybe this little housing development right here, that little cluster of houses, will be our turn-in point for our final. I didn't hear the call that was just made, so that's bad of me to not be listening up to see what my fellow pilots are doing in the pattern. Still about 500 foot above pattern altitude, so let's continue our general descent here. Where are we? Midfield, pretty much.
6 Oaks traffic, Douglas 341 Alpha is 4 miles to the north. We'll be making a straight in for runway 24, full stop. 6 Oaks.
Cessna
Supercom, left base for final on runway 20.
6 Oaks, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's right downwind 24. We got the DC-3 in sight. We'll follow them in to runway 24 at 6 Oaks.
Supercom for final for runway 20, full stop 6 Oaks.
So we're taking it out a little longer than we intended to, but we got that DC-3 to follow. There you go.
Supercom just exited runway 1.
6 Oaks, Cessna 514 Delta Victor, right downwind to right base 24, following the DC-3 at 6 Oaks.
It's 6 Oaks, Douglas 341 Alpha, short final runway 24, 6 Oaks. Soon to be 5 Oaks.
Lone Pine Mall.
Yeah.
kind of lost sight of it, but I feel like I should be getting on to final right about
Is that
now.
a Back to the Future reference?
Yes, sir.
Am I tracking with you? Okay. Marty, 88 miles per hour.
Somebody do exclamation point 88, please. Somebody with a
Sorry, Al, go
subscription.
ahead.
Lost sight of the runway. Oh, I see it. Alright, you guys can get those landing rate predictions in. Remember, a week from today, all kinds of giveaways. Bunch of gift card
Okay,
giveaways.
So apparently there's a river on the side of the runway, and it's not represented in X-Plane, but the water itself is there. I'll let you all connect the puzzle pieces.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, did the MelvinLeroy trickster scenery get you?
I don't know. Maybe.
He's gonna need a talking to.
Quicksand? Six Oaks, Cessna 514 Delta Victor is about a mile and a half final, 2-4 at 6 Oaks.
6 Oaks, 8 Hotel Sierra is probably about 2 miles out. We're looking for the field. 2 miles to the east, 8 Hotel Sierra.
Alright guys, landing rate predictions in, number into the chat, positive or negative. Again, 1 week from tonight, there's prizes to be had. Tonight's just for practice. Mine and yours. So we got a wind correction coming in. We're gonna lower the right wing here, get the seems like we're carrying a bit of extra speed too. A little bouncy. 128 on the initial hit. See if I can keep it straight on. Yeah, it's gonna want it. Didn't do too bad. Didn't do too bad. Uh-oh, there's the sinking DC-3 there. Six Oaks, 5 and 4 Delta Victor, clear, 2-4, 6 Oaks. Yeah, so it wasn't perfect for sure. A little extra energy and bounced it just a touch. Not my best landing of the night, but certainly not my worst either, so we'll take it. Yeah, we definitely need to get out and definitely need to get out and check the situation with the DC-3.
8 Hotel Sierra is at 3,500 and...
Right. Taxi light off, okay. Let's just double check our fuel situation. We got one left to go. Yeah, we got plenty. Okay, we're good. Let's go see what happened to our friend. Oh no. Yeah, Will definitely became a victim of the quicksand there.
I think it's supposed to be a creek. I don't exactly know.
Yeah, you can kind of see. So if you look on my stream, you can see how it runs further east and west of the field. But
Yeah,
it does
I see
kind
the
of, it does kind
water
of,
in the
yeah, it
ortho
fades. Yeah, it fades. It's not real visible right where you are, but it's definitely there.
Yeah. Oh well, they got me.
Whoopsie. You find us, Ralph?
I think I found it, but I'm having a hardware issue at the moment, so I'm trying to sort it out.
Yeah, I see a frozen aircraft up above us.
Okay, fair enough. If I disconnect, I'll be back with you. I had to say with you.
Yeah, that's exactly him. You can see the binoculars.
Well, the tow company came quickly for that DC-3. Northwest Orient, what tow company do you use? They were quick.
I had a hitch in the back.
Okay.
Went out and pulled her out. I don't have a lot on board, so it wasn't that big of a hassle.
Alright. So, we are on our last... we're on our last legs, guys. Whew. In so many more ways than one. While we've got a moment. Let's just compare the picture. Let's see if we can kind of tell. Is my map page up here already? No. Okay. So if we can find 22 whiskey, that's where we kind of turn north. Let's see if we can compare that to the sectional. Is that 22 whiskey? That's 3 November Romeo 3, according to that at least. Of course, that might not be up to date. It looks from this, it almost kind of looks like we did okay with the Charlie, but I wish the boundaries were depicted. And this is a very narrow Charlie. It's not wide at all. Not a conventionally shaped Charlie, which would be just a circle, 10-mile circle around the field. So we might have done okay there, guys. I don't know. It's a shame Cleared Approach wasn't on to call us out if we messed that up. What I would be curious to know. In all honesty, the safer thing to do would have been to, honestly, to call in as soon as we were north and east from Brevard. You know, call in 16 miles south and west of the field, and that way you're talking to them in plenty of time, and you can kind of do whatever. And then if they see that you're, cutting it too low or coming up 5x5.
Yeah, we got you.
So then if you're cutting up, too close in, then they can tell you, hey, Sniffs, hey, remain west of the road or whatever. Last aircraft, say again?
The aircraft, they're doing circles down below me. You guys having fun?
6 Oaks radio check.
4x4.
Thanks.
I feel like we got a party crasher there somewhere. Somebody talking to us. So, what's your status, DownwindSim?
I'll be back in. I'm just the hardware took a dump, so I've got to kind of reset it. So
Gotcha.
go-
Anybody
you guys-
mind? Anybody mind if I go ahead and go?
Be my guest.
Six or Five Oaks traffic. Cessna 514 Delta Victor taxiing out for a departure from runway 2460.
6 or 5 or maybe even 4.
That's what I'm doing, yes. Alright, so here's the procedure. Dave MSP says, followed you guys around tonight on VATSIM. Till next time. Yeah, Dave, glad you could keep us company tonight, man. Alright. Where are my notes? So departing Six Oaks, catch the northwestbound road toward the city of Asheville. Stay 4,200 or below to avoid the top shelf of the Charlie. Then take the interstate east toward Black Mountain. Look for the lake to the left. North of the lake, take the fork to the left, but climbing like a rocket. It's going to curl slightly right at the end. Keep to the right of the tall peak. Then you want to keep 5,700 feet of altitude. On the down slope, you'll join a road and a stream, where the road and stream becomes a series of drainage ponds. Top end of the ponds, turn left for a final to 3-2 or a left downwind to 1-4. So we're departing 2-4. Six Oaks traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor. Departing runway 24, make a right downwind VFR. Correction, a right crosswind VFR northbound departure, Six Oaks. Alright, in position. Lights set for airborne ops. Hold the brakes. Power set. Lean for power. Oh, we didn't set flaps and trim. Let's do that. Away we go. The right rudder in to hold the nose on the center line. Tails flying. Off the runway. Whoops. Get some speed going in the ground effect. We're really a bit too high for the ground effect at this point, but we've got plenty of speed. We can get up over these trees. Alright, flaps can come in. Catch the northwestbound road toward the city of Asheville. Six Oaks traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's clear of 2-4 right crosswind VFR northbound departure, Six Oaks.
Atlanta traffic, your Kia is 10 to 6 miles to top of descent to Atlanta, Aussie 1 Atlanta traffic.
Okay, so we know that the Asheville Airport is over there to the left. I think we want to kind of stay to the east of the Charlie airspace over here. We do want to catch a road that goes north and west toward the city. I think that is this road here. I think we're good. Let me see if I can... Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about the whiplash. We're going to keep it at 4,000 for now. We will climb once we get... what? We can probably... take a bit of a shortcut here. Now let's stick with the plan. Stick with the plan. Qualup must have just hit another 1,000 points because he's redeemed himself another raffle ticket. Guys, if you have those alphabets points, certainly feel free to redeem those for those raffle tickets. We're entering a monthly drawing. We're going to make the drawing at the end of November for a $25 gift card to either Amazon.com or to the xplane.org store. So please feel free to cash in those alphabets points. 1,000 gets you one raffle ticket. 5,000 gets you a bonus entry. So six raffle tickets for the price of 5 if you cash in 5,000 of those points at once. And we're not doing the drawing till the end of the month. So you got some time to save them up. Good Fixins just hit us with the redemption. Alright guys, we will we'll put those in when I get up to our destination. Good Fixins is here indeed. Alright, excellent, man. Alright, so we're north and west toward the city of Asheville. Staying below 4,000 to stay below.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can recover without.
Although now again, hopefully I stayed out of that surface Charlie. Oh, you know what I should have done? Yeah, I should have gone further east. Probably followed the wrong road, but we're still getting up to the city of Asheville. Once we get to Asheville, there should be a... Well, this might be it here, guys. Highway that goes west to east. I do want to show this to you guys on the map. Right there at the interchange, yeah. So we're right over the...
6 Oaks, traffic, super tough, the runway.
Okay, so this is all lining up the way the coach drew it up on the chalkboard so far. Let me show you that chalkboard real quick. Oh, and we're to the right of the localizer, which is good. All right, cool. Let's level this off at 4,000. Pull a touch of power out of it. All right, pull a little bit of a mix out of it. Keep those last drops of gas. All right, let me draw you this plan, because it's a bit of a tricky one. And let's see if I can draw it while not hitting any mountains. Okay. There's always a catch in there. So out of our destination airport, I was hoping to find this road. What I think I did was I cut over and followed the highway up. So hopefully I didn't clip that Class Charlie, but if I did, at least there's nobody here to call me out on that. But I would have preferred not to clip that Charlie if I could have helped it. So should have taken off to the northeast and then caught this road. But oh well. At any rate, we've gone up to the city of Asheville. We're now on this highway east, and we're looking for this mountain here. I'm sorry, this lake here. When we follow this up from the lake, and if we get to this town of Black Mountain, we know we've gone too far, but we can still cut up and catch the lake. After the lake, we stay to the right. We follow this ridge up here, and there will be a point where, actually, I think where we pick up this stream here. And once we get to this stream, we'll see some drainage ponds and such, and that's where we'll know to cut over and join us straight into runway 32.
Departing southwest of runway 26 Oaks.
Stay to the east here. Let's look to the left to make sure we haven't passed our lake. I don't think we have. I think that is going to be our town of Black Mountain. So I think we're going to cut up to the lake, probably one more ridge over to the east. There's 4,200 feet. Let's just drop down and make sure we don't get to 4,300 feet. Stay at 4,200 or below until we're sure we are clear of that class Charlie. How far along? Asks Good Fixins. We're pretty much on the final leg now. We're over the town of, we're coming up on the town of Black Mountain, North Carolina, just north and east of Asheville. So if you pull up Sky Vector, put in K, AVL, Kilo Alpha, Victor Lima. We're just north and east of the Charlie there, where the town of Black Mountain is, and then we're going to look for that little lake just to the north where it says Montreat. And head back up toward Mountain Air, which is just south of the town of Burnsville. For those of you keeping score at home, that's the plan as the coach draws it up on the chalkboard tonight. I think if we make this next left, we're going to see that little lake up ahead. This should be the actual town of Black Mountain coming in ahead of us. Hang up. See if we can see. Well, since I'm not sure. I do have a radial reference I can use to confirm, but I want to try and do this visually if I can. Is that the lake we were talking about? I don't think so. Bigger lake. That might be it, though.
Douglas 4 Alpha, taking off runway 24, making a VFR right crosswind departure, 60.
Yeah, a couple little sim stutters there. Probably the Mountain Air scenery loading back in. It was kind of a densely packed scenery. Yeah, I think this is it, guys. I think this is the lake just north of the town of Black Mountain, marked Montreat. At the top of the fork here, we're going to kind of go to the right, but we're definitely going to need to put ourselves in a bit of a climb. We are okay. We're definitely, if we're over that mountain, we're definitely well north and east of the Asheville class Charlie, so we should be good. A couple phone messages that came in. Let me just make sure there's nothing. Hang on 1 second, guys. Alright, so at the top end of this, like I said, we're going to follow the fork to the right. Or did I say right or did I say left? I better read it. North of the lake, take the fork to the left, but it's going to curl to the right at the top end. Okay, well, I'm glad I reread that. So we better get ourselves a climb going. And it is going to curl to the right at the top, it says. Stay to the right of the tall peak. So you guys can see I'm kind of following this little run here, if I can do this without screwing myself up. This little run here, and then it curls to the right, and I want to stay to the right of this peak. Aiming for that little dip in the ridge there. A little bit of a lighter green spot, so I'm going to kind of hook it to the right as we clear it. And Starfly's probably laughing at me because I'm not going to clear it by much. We should be okay here. Going to keep about 5,700 feet of altitude afterwards, so that we are going to get on the other side here of a downslope. We're at 6,000 now. We are going to follow the downslope.
Sheriff, this is no time to panic. This is the perfect time to panic.
No, we're fine. Everything's fine here. Alright, so this is where we're going to pick up a little road and a stream that we're going to follow, and then we'll see as we get up ahead here. We'll see that as we get further up, it's going to turn into a series of little drainage ponds. That'll be our cue to turn left and join a final. Let's go ahead and set the heading bug to 3-2, because that'll be our final. We're just going to do a straight in, unless we hear anybody else making traffic calls. But we'll do it the rude pilot's way and just do a straight in. Looks like we had to realign our gyro a little bit there. That's a gentle descent, 5,500 or better. I think my notes said 5,700, but I think 5,500 really is. Are we getting kind of sucked into that ridge on the left? A little bit of a draft kind of pulling us over toward that mountain. Alright. So my original notes said 5,500, and then DownwindSim said that probably what you want is 5,700 coming up toward it. Alright, but as you follow this up ahead, you can see there's a series of little drainage ponds. When we get to the top end of that, we're going to turn left and pretty much be perfectly aligned on a straight in runway 32. And remember, we had those ruts that rendered in the runway. I'm going to do my best to land really, really short on 32, stop it ahead of those ruts.
Any station radio check.
5x5.
5-5. Thank you, guys.
Alright, 5,500. So really, really soon, we need to be looking to the left, and we will see. It is really hard to spot, but this might be it right here. There's a little crevice. I turned it in a little too short, but we'll make it. Mountain air traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor's basically making a straight in runway 32 mountain air. Alright, landing rate predictions for the final time tonight, guys. Just a number into the chat. Positive or negative shall be interpreted as a descent rate at the moment the wheels touch. No prizes tonight, but be ready on that skill. 1 week from tonight, you will need it if you're going to be winning one of our $250 worth of total prizes 1 week from tonight. Ooh, put it a little close on the edge of the envelope there. Yeah, 1 week from tonight, be ready to make these predictions, and we'll do 2 landings. We'll award you up to 500 points per landing based on how close you are to the actual. And top 6 scorers after the 2 rounds will take home some gift cards. 1 week from tonight, guys. 8 p.m. Eastern time is our start. That's 1 o'clock a.m. Zulu time on the day ahead. So 1 a.m. Zulu on the 10th, which is the night of the 9th here in the U.S. Hi. Oh, uh-oh, overdid it. Alright, let's make smaller corrections here, Robert. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. Going around. Mountain air traffic, Cessna 514 Delta Victor. Going around, right close traffic, runway 33, runway 32, mountain air.
Just narrowly saved it.
Did you make it back into Mountain Air?
Ish. I was almost toast and somehow managed to not crash into the side of the wall. Alright, let's... My flaps can't decide if they want to be
Can't wait to see the excitement.
at flaps 1. Yeah, we did a little liquid recycling prematurely there. We want to get up to about 5,400, I think, is the pattern altitude. We'll say 55. We are at flaps 1. Our lean for power. Still kind of working on that downwind. And there's 54. So I think the one thing that I did not account for really is that is the density altitude. So my throttle adjustments were probably too small because the air's so thin up here. Down there, traffic. Cessna 514 Delta Victors are right downwind to base to final. Runway 32, man there.
Sounds like you're taking the whole pattern.
Tough to spot the turn.
Are you guys still flying?
DC-3 went right over top of us. I think we're too high now, but let's not overdo the correction this time.
Just try and be on as long of a final as I can possibly be.
See if Slant Alpha can get in a position to watch you come in. I'd love to see that.
I will do my best to watch from the smoldering wreckage of my own plane.
Oh dear, really? Really?
Not yet, but I'm just predicting.
Okay. I have faith in you.
Makes one of us.
Just don't get lulled into flying the approach too low.
Now it tells me.
Mountaineer Super Cup 2715, approximately 4 miles from the field at 7,500. Mountaineer.
Well, we're going to skip over those ruts. It wasn't pretty, but we didn't die.
Mountaineer Super Cup 2715 for its training approach on runway 27. Mountaineer.
Okay. Food truck,
Welcome
I need a
to
beer.
Mountaineer.
6 Oaks traffic. Skyhawk 740 Hotel Sierra is on a right downwind for runway 23, 6 Oaks. Mountain Air traffic, Douglas November 341 Alpha is turning base to final runway 32. We're going to be on a long final. We're approximately 5 miles out. Mountain Air.
Yeah, man. Crack open anything that you got. And 514 Delta Victor is clear as 382 Mount there. Let's take a look at some of these arrivals, guys. I did y'all a favor. I set a nice low bar.
It's a tricky spot.
Well, like I said, wasn't graceful, but we didn't die. By all rights, we should have.
Here on a half-mile final for runway 2360.
We got two coming over the ridge here.
See we coming around the mountain when we come.
She'll be coming round, round, and when she comes. She'll be coming round, round, and she'll be coming round, round, and she'll be coming round, round, and when she comes.
Yeehaw! Alright, well, we've got a few minutes to watch the arrivals. At least we'll watch these next two arrivals for sure. While we've got a moment, let's remind you guys about the monthly drawing. If you've got those alphabets points, they can now be redeemed. Bottom of your chat panel. Those can now be redeemed 1,000 at a time for one raffle ticket or 5,000 at a time for 6 raffle tickets. At the end of every month, we'll do a drawing for a $25 Amazon or xplane.org gift card. Looks like the arriving traffic had to fight it a little bit to keep it on center line, but nice save at the end, so nicely done. So put those redemptions in at the very bottom of the chat panel where the alphabets points are designated. Ooh, a little bit of an issue at the end there.
Gonna try and land left of center line so I don't hit my wing.
Yeah, those ruts are pretty bad.
Traffic super hot, just takes the runway
Down there, 341 Alpha is about say mile final runway 32, Mountain Air. God help us.
Yeah, that was rough.
Souls on board.
It's alright, man. Mine was rough too, Al. We kept it upright. That's the main thing. All right, let's let Will concentrate, guys. Shh. Looks like he's got it down right at the end of the runway. Looking good so far. Now, if he pitches over violently forward, remember that that's not his fault. Got this real big ruts there. That his sim managed to let him get past unscathed. So nice work. Al, are you drifting back onto the runway, dude?
Yeah, I just realized I was just looking at your screen. Didn't realize that we don't have our brakes.
Will made it look easy, man.
Yeah, I was surprised.
All right, nice job.
Who's left and how far out?
I'm just taking off at 6 Oaks, and on the way I'm showing 15 minutes up there.
Alright, well, you've got your own stream we can critique your landing on, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up.
Very good. Thanks for tagging along, everybody. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the friendship.
Absolutely. Well, congrats to all of us on 1 year of these crazy things, and to many more. Cheers to that.
Yeah, here.
All right, I think it's time to go ahead and wrap up then, guys. Hang on.
Donuts here just to celebrate the 1 year anniversary.
There you go. Sounds good, Al. We'll watch you as we go out.
Yeah, light them up, Al. Light them up.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tagging along. You saw a couple of pretty decent landings, a couple of mediocre ones, and a couple of really not so good ones. So that's about the usual mix that you get on this channel. Remember, 1 week from tonight, we've got a giveaway night going. We're celebrating the fact that we're over 1,000 followers on the channel, which is amazing to me. How that many people are interested in what I do on a on a Monday or a Friday night is beyond my comprehension. But we'll celebrate that fact regardless of why it is, and give away up to, like I said, $250 total prizes 1 week from tonight. We're going to do 2 landings. We'll solicit those rate predictions as we were doing that tonight, and we'll give you 500 points for a perfect guess. We'll give you 500 minus the difference for anything but a perfect guess. We will give you no points for a guess that is 500 away from the actual, or if you don't get the guess in time. So we'll do 2 rounds, up to 1,000 points available, and whoever the top 6 scorers are after those 2 rounds will take away gift cards to either Amazon or xplane.org. And the values of those things will add up to $250. It's going to be basically the GPWS callouts: 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 to the top 6 point totals after those 2 rounds. So join us 8 p.m. Eastern Time 1 week from tonight, November 9th, and we will do those giveaways. We are actually off on Friday this week. We're normally on Mondays and Fridays 8 p.m. Eastern Time, but we are off this coming Friday for some family business, but we'll be back with you on that Monday stream, and then I think we're off the following Friday too. Now, in the meantime, it's very possible that Wednesday night we'll hop in and do some air traffic control on the VATSIM network. So if you do happen to see us pop up on Wednesday, that's what we'll be doing. But the next flying stream will be a week from tonight, and then I think 2 weeks from tonight. Let me get the show schedule in front of me, and I'll tell you that for sure. If you want to check out the show schedule, the About tab right under the picture has that all that information for you, and you can also find that on our Facebook page and on our Discord server. Links to both of those on the bottom of your screen. If you want to kind of keep the chat going 24/7, jump in on that Discord server. Some additional information on the giveaways. And all the complete contest rules are there on that Discord server as well. So the Monday after is the the flight after the 9th. We're going to be off on the 13th because we're going to be flying on the 14th, presumably, if we get a slot. We are going to be flying in VATSIM Cross the Pond eastbound, where we don't know our city pairs yet. We've got the participating airports are posted. I think the booking goes through maybe like this Wednesday, I believe, and then hopefully by this weekend we'll know what our slot is as far as the departure airport, arrival airport, and departure time. So we'll adjust the schedule once that information is published, and again, fingers crossed that we do get one. But Saturday the 14th, very, very early Eastern Time, will be our departure out of whatever our origin airport ends up being. We're going to be in the Flight Factor 757, so a very rare modern airliner flight on the stream. Then we'll stream for a couple hours. We'll show our departure and our ascent to cruise, and maybe even our. I'm not sure that we'll get all the way up into oceanic. It's quite a large jaunt from the eastern U.S. up into oceanic airspace. So we may cut you loose once we get over up into northeastern Canada. But we'll take a few moments to duck out from that, and then we'll check out a few other streams of folks that are flying along and across the pond, and then we'll rejoin our flight for the descent and then the arrival into our destination. Again, we don't know the origin, we don't know the destination, we don't know the exact departure time, but stay tuned to the social media, and we'll update you as we get that information. So that's the next couple. Like I said, good chance we'll pop on and do some air traffic control on Wednesday, so check us out then. And again, we will try to give you, at least an hour's notice if that's going to happen, so stay close to the social media. I mentioned the Facebook page already. We're also Slant Alpha on Twitter, and that's a good way you can keep tabs on what impromptu stuff might be coming up. And then I didn't talk about our YouTube channel over there on the far left of your screen, which is our flight archives. This very flight will be archived to that channel in mere moments, and you can catch all of our old ones on there as well. We've also got some helpful tutorials, or at least I think they're helpful. Maybe your opinion may differ, but you check those out if you were interested in getting on VATSIM and weren't sure how to put a route together or what to say to air traffic control. Check those tutorials out. They can at least get you started. Maybe not all the details, but at least get you enough to get started and get comfortable and start learning on the VATSIM network for yourself. All right, don't forget our monthly drawing. You can redeem those Alphabits points at the bottom of the chat panel there for 1,000 for 1 ticket, 5,000 for 6 tickets. We'll make that drawing at the end of the month. Once again, that is a $25 gift card also to your choice of Amazon or X-Plane. So redeem those points there right at the bottom of the chat panel. I've got a few of those to cash in, actually. Let's go ahead and take care. We got Qual up that got one more. Let's go ahead and get that in. And who else did I owe? Good fixins with the big 6 there. I can spell all that stuff right. There we go. Okay, those are done. All right, I think that'll do it tonight, guys. Thanks for checking us out, and congrats again to all the crew that are involved in the Monday Night Bush League, the monthly Bush League series, monthly backcountry bush flights that we do here as part of our partnership with DownwindSim and MelvinLeroy. So congrats on 1 year. Many more guys hopefully come. And first Monday of the month is when we do those typically. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with is we're going to go ahead and send you back over to SimFest UK. They are doing a charity event called World Flight. This is an annual event that they do around this time of year, early November, where teams, about a dozen teams from all over the globe, have these full-scale replica airliner cockpits that they fly on the VATSIM network. With full, and a lot of these teams are staffed by real-world airline captains and first officers that also happen to fly on VATSIM. So you'll be seeing some very, very real representations of crew resource management. Even some of them will occasionally throw in the odd failure to keep the captains on the crews on their toes, and you get to see all of the conversation and contingency planning that goes into dealing with those failures. They do 49 legs around the world, starting and ending in Australia, and they do this non-stop for a week. So 7 legs a day, non-stop for a week, and they do rotate crews. It's different crews. Of the 12 or so teams, each one has like 3 or 4 different crews, maybe even 5 or 6 different crews that they rotate. So these guys aren't staying awake for a week. But they do this. Yeah, they do this non-stop trip around the world. World Flight is what it's called, and there's lots of great information on the web if you look that up. So I'm going to send you over to SimFest UK. That is the Great Britain team, the United Kingdom team, and I have no idea what leg they're in the middle of now. Actually, we probably should check and make sure they're not taking a break between legs. But let's see what they're up to and check out their progress here. But well, let's look. SimFest UK, and if we don't find them, we can certainly find. Yep, okay, they're in the middle of one of their flights now, so we will send you back over to them. So stay tuned, guys. It's a wonderful, and it's all for charity. So like I said, if you want to cause a failure, you can put in a minor donation. They've got all kinds of prize giveaways going on for Orbix scenery packages and some immersion packs for airliner add-ons and things like that. So definitely check those out and enjoy. It's a great fun, and the guys that do it, like I said, a lot of them have a lot of real-world experience. Then they bring that onto VATSIM to practice their craft. And again, the most interesting thing to me is watching them kind of talk through the contingency plans for any failures that they encounter along the way. So definitely check that out. And then I think I've told you everything about our stream that you need to know. So we will possibly see you Wednesday for some air traffic control. And if not, we will catch you again. We're off Friday, and we'll catch you a week from Monday as we look for some bad weather to fly a couple of approaches in the Coronado Beach Barren for that big 1,000 follower giveaway extravaganza 1 week from tonight. All right, guys, I think I've yammered on enough. You guys know what you need to do, so stay tuned and enjoy the SimFest UK team as they fly their full-scale 747 replica cockpit around the world on VATSIM. And in the meantime, be safe in your own travels and your own adventures, and we'll talk to you again soon.